Hey.
I can pretend to be ready.
Yeah, that's what I do every night. Oh God.
Where did you put the pictures of the chickadee?
On the Sunday night.
Sunday night thing? For like public or
No, not
just...
public. We can
Okay.
put it in public. You want?
Well, I just wanted to be able to do that when it was time.
Ooh, not 20.
Oh shit.
Wasted.
I know.
No, it's a good omen. I had completely forgot about putting that little decorative broken horn.
You know what might have happened, because it kept happening to me while I was making material. You went to do a different hairstyle or something, and the previous thing stayed.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I did in fact put it on there purposefully.
Oh.
I just didn't remember it. Like I think I put like a headband in her hair or something that had like a horn or something. I'm sure I had a reason in my head.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was
cool.
She was a fiend warlock, so I think I was trying to put like a little bit of that in there.
If you decide to, we could do like a painting day where we paint our minis.
That'd be
Hang
fun.
out. If you wanted to, you could totally paint it like bright blue with like a little white tip or something and make it a feather.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does look feather-like as well. If you're thinking about it and going, that's not quite what I want.
I think if we have a painting day, I will paint her a color scheme completely unlike what I actually did on the Hero Forge. Because I look at that now and I'm like, why did I make that so
Neon.
bright? It's like super neon.
I would like to try the painting stuff. We'd always talked about it.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe
so
soon. That'd be fun.
I am printing out the Legacy minis for Odd Lot, slow and steady.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be awesome if, like, not tomorrow, because I'm not ready, but like next week, we could, instead of playing a session, we could all just hang out and talk about the Odd Lot and paint.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be sick.
That would be cozy. I like that.
Yeah, okay. It's just an idea.
Also, yeah, like there's Rid's paint job that is just screaming "Get good" at me over
That-
there.
yeah.
No, it's so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
You painted that whole damn it?
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah, I
Well, I mean,
printed it out.
We've known
We
for
were
a
big
long
sneaky-
time that TM was the end game for
It
the
took-
Odd Lot.
Yeah.
For fucking ever to get those wings attached properly.
I mean, it's not like
Jesus Christ, that was this is
like
the biggest thing I've
her
ever
being
come
the
off my
big bad was
resin
a
printer.
secret.
Damn.
It came off in
dragon.
so many pieces, and I've got like I drilled into it and put metal rods in so that I could like attach this stuff.
Oh my God,
And
it's so much heavier than I thought it would be.
yeah, it's a solid resin.
Yeah, it's
This
gorgeous.
one's
It's
not-
ridiculous.
No, none of the heads are permanently attached.
There are a couple of spots I looked at though, and I went, I messed that up. Curse me from years ago.
But you know, like, the thing is, the detail is so exquisite, like, unless you probably went up to it with, like, a magnifying glass where you're talking about. And you're like, yes, I might
can see
even barely
parts
know.
where I messed up.
For the print
No
itself?
problem. No, well, because assembling it was the difficult part. Printing it, of course, it just goes fine. You know, you put it in there, you put the right supports in, and it comes out. But
This one head does
getting
not
the
want to stay on.
getting the tail on, getting those wings to attach, fuck me, it took forever.
Dragon! Behold. Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
Let's
I'm
still
posting
talk
to-
about the campaign that we are currently doing. What do you say, Calvin? Shall we start?
Yeah, that one's dead now.
You're dead to me, Tina.
No, literally, you're dead.
Welcome back to Kingdom of Steam. Last time on Kingdom of Steam, pirates,
Yes, the recap.
sky
Pirates in the sky.
kobold sky pirates that you just basically wrecked. You completely wrecked them. They were in trouble. But as kobolds often are, there was a lot of them, and many of them have run away. Or were not even in the same part of the ship as you. Shut down a little bit.
Okay.
Those were the lucky ones.
Those were the lucky ones.
Another
Another set.
basket had messed up a bunch of kobolds off screen.
That's right. That's right.
They
There
weren't
was
all
a-
lucky.
I finally realized what you meant by basket head.
Yeah.
Not what I was
You were
picturing.
picturing something else entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimono wearing woven basket over the head katana wielding,
Mysterious person.
slightly fuzzy, mysterious person has killed 2 kobolds and dragged them into the same room as you. They don't seem to be talking much. I don't think they've said anything at all. They've kind of
not that I
gestured to people. Yeah.
Maybe they've vocalized anything.
Does anybody have comprehend languages? Or?
You did capture 4 kobolds, 2 of them unconscious at the moment. The other 2
Chatty idiots.
Yeah, very chatty idiots.
Stinky leg.
Stinky Leg and Fudd.
Fudd.
Yes,
Bud,
interrogating
Stinky Leg.
them was fun.
Now, audience, you're going to have to pay attention because I don't have my computer, so I can't do notes. There'll be no notes after the session.
Oh,
We'll do our best.
there still will be a quiz, so
There will still be a quiz.
How many kobolds did Bartholomew stab in a row?
yeah. So the threat has been averted. The Sky Pirates have gone off, and you have obtained
Multiple.
3, I think, at this point. There was 1 that dropped off. There are 3 left. Drakes.
That's when we brought the other ones inside, so they couldn't do that same thing.
You investigated the wind cannons and found that they plug into the drakes to power them.
And then we broke one.
And then
I
you
broke one.
broke. That's the last thing that happened.
Oh yeah.
Rogan
Accidentally.
Oh, that's right.
accidentally busted one open, and a wind elemental was released.
Oh right.
Yes.
Fortunately, you instead of fighting it in your current state, you kind of convinced it to run away.
I am
Never be free.
You do have it.
I do have it. That's the wrong compartment.
Oh!
Has the turn.
The notes,
Twist ending.
the notes will be happening.
As soon as I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually have to be serious and write things down.
Oh, you were gonna take up the. Oh, that's
I was
wonderful.
gonna try.
I think that's awesome.
Lazy boy back to engage.
Yeah.
That is a public channel.
Okay. I will. I'm just gonna.
Yep, do whatever you want.
Yep.
I don't care.
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Um,
I'm gonna post pictures of orc butts.
so you're on the. I don't even know what to say. You're on the Endeavor, this giant airship, luxury airship. You've got the kobolds with you. These guys are hanging out in the dining hall, and you're continuing to proceed to your destination, which I don't remember if I told you or not, but it is the Everbright Forest, the Elven Kingdom.
Can I get that name again?
Everbright Forest.
Everbright.
It's the province
Everbright?
of the elves.
Everbright.
Everbright.
Everbright Forest.
Like it's bright. It's like Everlight, but it's brighter.
That's what I'm saying.
It's brighter than light.
Yeah, I'm using the same shit. Yeah, absolutely. No.
Look, when the naming convention is good.
And that is all based off of Neverwinter, Everlight,
Mhm.
Everbright. There's different reasons for why they're called that.
Never, ever, ever, ever bright light forever.
There will be potentially a light bright.
A light bright?
I hope.
I'm joking.
Always
Not
wanted
like
one of
me.
those.
I have
I
one.
also always wanted
They're
one of
pretty-
those.
Disappointing. Like you put
Those
the
are one
light
of those
bright
things
thing.
that are fun to
okay.
play with for a little
Okay,
while, and then
okay.
like diminishing
Christmas
returns.
Day.
Whoa, what?
No,
The light brights.
Kingdom of Steam.
Light brights.
Focus.
Kingdom of Steam. Focus. Kingdom
This
of
is
Steam.
actually in ASL. That's how you say focus.
Shh, stop. You're derailing again. Actually, focus.
What the hell is
You are the
ADD?
players. You are the
Welcome
players.
to the table, players.
Now, what would you like to do?
You are
You are-
aboard the ship.
Yes.
Combat has passed. Your destination is ahead of you a ways.
Actually, I think the halfling couple, they're gonna run up and just be like, I think at this point they're gonna start to recognize all 4 of you. And they're like, you're the ones that saved us on the train.
You're all the heroes of the train.
I've
And
seen
you're the
it.
heroes of the airship.
Listen,
Wow.
That's really,
Get there Autographs?
We should.
We should get their autographs.
And they
Do you have an album or something?
looking around. You can see there's still like shards of glass on the guy's coat. You know, like they were pretty freaked out.
Their jewelry is missing because it got stolen.
Oh yeah, completely.
Oh, they very
They
got
got-
robbed.
I'm sorry, we're only heroic on mass transit. Everyone else was shit.
Incredible.
It's just amazing that it's happened twice.
I know. If I had a nickel,
Yes, 2 nickels.
or
Two gold or whatever.
Yeah,
2
I
silver.
was gonna say equivalent currency.
Electrum.
I don't know why.
If I had a copper,
Every time that's happened, I'd have 2, but isn't that still weird?
Thank you though for once again protecting our transport and saving our lives.
Yes.
Sorry, we couldn't stop them from taking your valuables.
Oh, that's all right. Most of our money is back home.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, we've got so much now.
Hey? Do you need a bodyguard?
friendly tip: don't walk around large metropolitan areas talking like that.
Right. Well, we're new to the whole being rich thing.
What do you
Yeah.
talk about?
Well, generally speaking, it's not a good idea to just flash around that you got a lot of money and you don't really care if you
But then-
hang on to.
Isn't that the point of having all of it?
That's what we see in like the magazines.
You could
All these people with all their fancy things on.
you could totally get like manipulated or like blackmailed or kidnapped.
Oh,
That
good
sort of
heavens!
stuff. I mean,
Robbed.
yeah, that,
It,
much
it-
more
it was,
simply.
it was more the rob thing. I was just saying, like, don't go walking down the street saying that. You can buy yourself fancy things. Treat yourself.
This is good advice. We should.
Oh, we got robbed! Oh, how excited! I've never been robbed before.
That's true.
Oh.
We haven't.
Oh my goodness! Maybe we should get
Like,
robbed.
if there's something that may not be the
Oh,
person.
Maybe we should go
I
and get
know,
robbed
right?
again.
I was trying to help him
I
out
would
there.
totally.
But I don't know if the advice is going to take.
Just, it's not a good idea.
It could happen again.
I don't know.
Could
I think we're onto a business plan.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't insure them.
They do they have anything else they need to say?
No.
I
They're
just wanted to thank
excitedly.
you.
Yeah, they thank you. They're.
Recognizing-
What are your names? I'm Hillman.
We're doing a great job.
Hold on.
keeping them
I can look them up.
We do have them somewhere.
I'm Hillman of the Fist Pounders. This is Bartholomew Jenkins.
And then, like, and we have names as well. They're great names. Excellent names.
First class, second
Charles
class.
Ray?
Ray.
No, hardly ever use your last name, lass.
Halfred
Hal-
and my wife.
Alfred.
Halfred
Primelina.
Bramblethorn.
And Alfred what?
Halfred.
Half, like the word half and then red. Half red.
Bramblethorn.
And Primula. My Primelina is what they called me when I was a
We
kid.
were,
I got so excited.
celebrating our
Bramblethorn?
50th on the train, and then we got home and we came into so much money, and now we're
You came to money after the train.
yeah, we were celebrating our anniversary.
Oh, that's
Oh, it had nothing to do with the train ride.
Did you win some kind of contest or?
Oh, that would have been fun.
Our uncle died. Well, my uncle.
Oh, my condolences. Unless he was an asshole.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's the best kind of money to inherit then. Guilt free.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yes.
It never happened.
And we had
before,
just
though,
such
so
a
I wouldn't know.
lovely, exciting time on that train ride. We thought we'd go sightseeing a little bit. So here we are.
Well, I'm glad that large disaster hasn't put you off of traveling.
No, in fact,
fascinating.
yes, and we were
Ah,
hoping for more, and here it is.
I think we would have been disappointed.
Adrenaline junkies.
I think we would have been disappointed if something hadn't happened on this trip.
I mean, anything could happen.
I know. I'm still so excited. We're gonna get to see the castle. Have you ever seen the castle before? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, they say it shines.
They do say that.
History checks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do we
History
actually know about
History
any of
checks, if
that?
you
How
want
much do you know about Everbright Castle?
Last one.
Oh, the noble name of Jenkins is a scholar.
7. You have
Big
never
old
been to the Everbright province.
You've never even been to the province. You have them with a 7.
A
Yeah,
dirty
yeah.
20, my lord.
A dirty 20.
That's why Charles is going with that is something that people say allegedly.
15.
Yeah, absolutely. Been there.
With a 6, I'm like, elves.
Yeah, okay.
Elves.
I also rolled.
Wait, so Drogon rolled how much?
15. That's enough.
15
Plenty.
and a dirty 20?
A dirty 20.
Yeah.
17
Okay.
plus
So you've been in the castle before. Probably
Some sort of-
bodyguard to Lord Quinn
as
for some sort of meeting.
Oh,
traveling
cool,
with Lord
yeah.
Quinn
Like,
there
we've been
at some
before.
point.
You've seen
For
it.
me, it was probably similar to his reaction.
Yeah. You've been to the Everbright province. You've stopped in the station. You've had a look.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
It's all made of trees.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It is actually all made of trees.
Just
Oh,
for
I
fun.
think-
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But stone, too, right?
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah. Yes.
Mostly trees, but
What-
a little bit.
There's actually what you would remember
Sheepstone,
is
like-
upsettingly
No.
they put the stones into the trees.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
Yeah.
Cries in Dwarvish.
Vomits up into your mouth a little bit. Oh.
Fucking elves.
So for you who've been there before, the entire province, every living place, is these large redwood trees that are slowly over hundreds of years druid crafted into homes as the trees grow, integrated with other things like stone and metal and stuff like that to create abodes. There's including
Steinberg style.
yeah,
sort
like
of, except far classier.
yeah. And since you're headed there, we can save the descriptions for what it looks like.
Oh yeah, we'll
Specific.
get
That's
into
fair.
that in a little while, depending on what else you guys want to do on the journey there.
I imagine there'd be a really good, similar description available to people in the wonderful novel Bloodfall by C.T. Davis, where he encounters the Elven Kingdom and use magic to shape the trees and homes.
Yes.
Do I owe something? Do I owe you guys money now?
No,
Later,
you
later.
only owe us money when we say it.
Yeah.
No, it's like an ad.
This episode brought to you by.
All right.
Anyhow.
So what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, we are post combat. How many hours until they reach the province? Probably a few. This is a fairly slow journey. It's meant to be kind of like a cruise. So,
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
got a little bit of time if there's anything you want to do.
I'm going to write up a report.
Okay.
Because that's what I do for Lord Quinn after these things happen.
Yep,
My dearest lordship. No, that's the wrong tone.
erase.
You got like a special typewriter where you're literally punching the keys.
It's an extra large typewriter.
Pulls it out of his backpack, sets it up, pulls out all the buttons.
That's canon now.
Oh god. Anyhow, okay.
Any activities you want to?
Mostly fixing up my once again tattered clothes and trying to just duct tape myself back together.
A short rest, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we do that already?
If you haven't already, you
We-
can definitely have one.
We got fixed up by a medic, which allowed us to expend a hit die, but I don't think we had actually taken the short rest.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can definitely take a short rest.
And then Drogon broke the wind elemental out.
You broke.
Guess who's getting left out of the shield next?
You're walking thin line, buddy.
Laughs and loads gun.
Yeah, where are the darts? Where are the darts? Hang on. Okay, I
reach
got
up
one in
over
here.
from writing my report with my feather pen to write. That's a grudging.
We're catching on.
I know. They after making an announcement on the ship about it's going to be continue back right when they can stay with me.
Yeah.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Are you the captain? Or am I the captain?
We are the captain together.
We are
We
the
are
captain.
I am.
You're bored.
We are bored.
Look at me. You are the captain.
Yes, sir. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness gracious.
What? What are you rolling for?
I rolled 2d8 for my heal die. I got a 7 and a 1.
So,
Pretty average.
yeah,
In a
there's a
disappointing
little
way.
Pretty solid. The short rest
Internship.
will give me full health.
communication.
Let's see what they do first. Is anyone, other than the short rest, is anyone doing anything?
I'm gonna help with doing some repairs and maybe see if I could find anything interesting about some of the damages I find.
Okay, do an investigation.
Maybe.
24 hit points down. I don't think I'm going to hit that.
With investigation, it's a homemade 20 with all
Okay.
the fixings.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, the force of the wind blasts is mostly what smashed through things here. It's the same kind of force, but there doesn't seem to be any other attack stuff that happened other than the damage that you guys caused in fighting back, which was not too huge, but you know, a little bit.
There are other areas of the ship where there were skirmishes. If you wanted to, you could. I believe the jeweler, where the jeweler was, there was he had a bodyguard who might have. You haven't seen him yet. Who might have.
Well, we can say that's a
encountered,
part of this.
You know, yeah.
Thing.
So,
Who else?
Yeah,
is here?
I'd imagine I'd go from area to area, kind of like, well, I can't make a new window, but I can straighten this out.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on board who have lost a bunch of money, unfortunately.
the author, who you catch, your eye catch is on them, like, and they look like they've experienced something scary, and they are incredibly inspired. They're just like writing, flipping pages, writing more, thinking about things, erasing them, writing more. Like they're sitting down. There's like shrapnel all around them, like glass and everything. They don't care. They're just like
Head down on the table.
In the zone.
writing. They were lucky enough to not actually get robbed.
I'm trying to find some fancy words to put in my report. I'm looking over the
That's a good one. I don't know what it means. I'm putting it in there.
There was
The fight was perfectly cromulent.
Rock Gemfinder. He lost a lot of his precious metals and gems that he was carrying with him.
Does the damage...
The jeweler lost everything.
The bodyguard didn't stop that from happening
No,
because there were too
wait,
many that could
yeah.
overrun.
Rock Gemfinder wasn't the jeweler?
No.
Oh.
Brock Gemfinder is a prospector. There's a jeweler that's a gnome, Seraphina Glimmergem.
Who had a half orc named Gromash as a bodyguard.
And he's bruised all over. He's been thrown into walls and stuff with the wind blasts.
First time?
Yeah.
the damage, does it seem to be mostly in... let's see. Trying to think of the words.
That's fine.
Areas that people just kind of mingle in, or is it also in like their private quarters, or did it kind of stay away from the private quarters?
They went everywhere. They went in every nook and cranny, even where people weren't.
It was quick, and you do notice that any doors that were locked, for the most part, are still locked, and they like
They're either locked or they've been blown open.
yeah. If they couldn't get them open, they moved on. It was a very quick hit and run kind of scenario. You only spent how many rounds fighting? 3 or 4, 5?
Maybe.
Yeah, so that's less than a minute, right? Like they were raiding the ship incredibly fast. They got in. You could see some spots where chandeliers got taken down, or where somebody chopped
And-
a
Go ahead.
candelabra. Is that what they're called? The ones on sticks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and they have like
chopped those off so they could take
blasted
it
those off
easier.
the ceiling for sure.
Mhm.
There's like shards of bits of them everywhere, and they just were like picked up as much as was collected still together. Because they were all gems and shiny things on them, so they were like, yay.
Pretty.
Yep, that's it.
Shiny must have value. The majority of the deliberate property damage is in trying to break into doors and in the entry points as well. You do notice that a lot of the entry points are specifically right near a spot where a ship could stick to the hull.
Yeah.
So there are some spots where there's not much because there was nowhere for them to land.
And broken windows wherever they came in. They
Pretty
just
much.
blasted their way in. Yeah. That's it.
Other than shiny things, did they hit any other part of the cargo holds, like food?
No.
No.
Didn't seem to worry about that.
Okay, just shiny things.
Mm-hmm.
No magpies. Okay.
Anything else you guys want to do?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
You hear the voice of the captain kind of over the little ship speaker tubes saying, sorry about that eventful incursion, folks. Glad to say that just about everybody aboard is all right or being tended to. Please be mindful of all the broken glass. We'll be
Stopping in Everbright,
in just a couple hours now.
and we will have to stay there longer for repairs. So if you want to stay, we can manage your stay at a local hotel in Everbright. And if you would like to continue on with another ship, we'll have a short wait, and we'll be able to send you on with another vessel. Just let one of our attendants know, and we'll take care of it for you. Other than that, enjoy the rest of the trip.
We'll be bringing out a new buffet shortly. Instead
One
of
with less broken glass. in it.
yes,
Less
less
broken glass
with
and
less-
cobalt.
Yeah, less
in it.
less everything.
They don't say any of that.
Yeah, that
That's-
also that.
That's probably what the sassier members of the who are riding around are saying to each other with less glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Less broken glass.
But he gives a time for when that's going to happen, and you do see some crew members starting to come in and clean up the glass and start getting that area in particular set up because everyone needs a good snack after something stressful happens.
Did come up with something.
Okay.
Judging by the type of areas that they were clinging to, can I think of a way that somebody might be able to engineer something that, if they did latch onto it, it would maybe flip?
Oh, like it would dislodge them?
Um,
Either
Or catch
break
them.
free or it if they land like that, right?
Oh,
And then it just
an anti them clamping
It
I
on
just
don't
it.
know.
tips them upside down.
I mean, you could, and it might just slow them down a little bit. The problem is that these drakes, it's not there is no mechanical system that makes these things move and act a certain way. They are far more articulate than any of the mechanics inside of them should make them. So when they grab on, it's like a bird trying to grab onto something. Even if they flip off shortly, they'll find another way and hold on somewhere else.
So we are very used to hybrid animals. Have we ever heard of a hybrid animal machine?
No.
No, I don't. I think without even a roll, you could say that you've never heard of that.
I would say that out loud. Maybe Drogon would think on that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing, but can I roll to see if that's even possible?
Yeah, an Arcana check.
There's a fairly decent chance I might be able to do something here. 18.
Okay.
That would take some pretty serious magic, and you haven't really one of the reasons there's all these combined animals is because a long time ago there was some very serious magic, and it's hard to get your hands on that kind of skill or magic.
Magic doesn't
Currently.
exist the way it used to exist. Basically, it just is. There's lots of lore about powerful mages fighting various things, and all kinds of nonsense happened, and at some point,
That just
the magic
seems
broke.
yeah, it seems like magic broke.
Probably wishes.
Could be.
Short, if it is possible, it was only sown a long time ago for the most part.
But you are also looking at the systems inside of this thing. It really is starting to bother you that, like, there's no... You saw these things move around. You saw the wings flap. You saw them burst through the air. And there's just no way this thing should be airborne.
Yeah, it should not
And
be
it
capable
shouldn't
of that.
move the way it moves. And actually, the more you go in and you're, like, thinking about it and looking at the mechanisms inside of it, like, the wheel that is controlling how it moves is not hooked up to anything. You know? The buttons
Basically-
aren't hooked up to anything. They don't
basically a
control any
stick in a box.
valves or anything.
40K work stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we told him too much stuff.
You're trying to see if things add up, and the math just ain't mathing.
Somehow they managed to make 5 + 5 equal fish.
Fish.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
So the staff are going to come and check in with all of the passengers to see whether they need to secure room and board for the extent of the like a day or two. They're actually unsure of how long the ship will be docked for, but if somebody wanted to stay in Everbright for a few days, that would be possible, or if they should try and find out what kind of means of transport you want back.
Yeah, and they don't need this information right now, especially from you. They're like, so whatever your next step
Yeah.
is, let us know. Is basically how they.
So if you want
Weren't
to,
they going to stop here for a day or so anyway?
They are going to be stopping and repairing the entire ship.
it was going to be more of like a cruise where they stop, everyone gets off for like 3 or 4 hours, and then they come back on.
Okay, that's what I
It's like
figured.
a short exploration kind of thing, and not a day or two or like they haven't had an official engineer assess the damage to their airship yet.
Right. It could be just
So if you wanted to,
visible stuff, or it could be there could be something wrong with the ship and they don't know it, and they've got to check on it.
this ship is supposed to go directly back to the Sky City, which I've conveniently forgotten the name of.
Yep.
But
Sky City.
The Sky City.
Oh, I conveniently remembered the name of it. I mean, however, if you do want to secure a different
Sky
passage
Haven.
back, Sky Haven.
Sky
Thank you. Yes, the Sky City of Sky Haven.
I think. Well, it might be over to check in with the elves. I hear of all the folk, they are the most magical. Perhaps they would have insights or libraries they'd be willing to let us, you take a peek and get some ideas.
Maybe we could find something on these wind elementals.
Oh,
You know, just off table. Have we checked up if this is like the only company that's getting ripped off by these pirates, or is it all the companies?
All
Anything airborne.
Anything
is
airborne
getting
is
wrecked.
currently
Anything
kind of
getting-
No,
under
it's
attack.
not definitely wrecked. This particular vessel is very fancy looking, and it always gets hit.
And that's why they were pretty confident to secure you passage on this, so you'd encounter them.
But
So if you want to, like,
everything is getting hit, just not all the time.
yeah.
Can I roll like a history to see if these guys have like essentially the modern equivalent of like an air traffic control, like somebody who like an organization that like kind of schedules the flights and all that stuff?
You
Oh,
mean
yeah,
like
absolutely.
wait,
And it's public knowledge.
the Sky Haven, like the big port. They have like an airport, so to speak, where things get managed so that there's always enough space in the docks for.
And it's not dissimilar
ships
to
to
how you
land.
run stuff with the trains, except that you don't have to worry about lines being crisscrossed.
Dude, I just had a really weird thought. You know how we like keep track of all the trains, like where they're going and doing all this stuff? They probably have the same thing for this, right?
But they different.
So, like, it would stand to reason that if all these things keep getting hit, somebody in there might know something that they shouldn't, or be doing something they shouldn't.
I wonder, is that kind of knowledge available to everyone at once?
Yeah.
So it isn't necessarily an inside job. It's just anybody could read the record.
Well, right, but I mean, like, they would know kind of like where all the ships are at like any given time, basically.
Like the
right?
full route.
What?
Yeah,
what
like
you're
all
saying?
the routes they're gonna take, like how guarded they are.
It's public knowledge.
Okay. But they're picking each one that has like presumably the most rich, right?
Sure.
'Cause they've hit this one a bunch of times.
It also looks very fancy on the outside.
Okay, how
as
about
well.
just to give this information out onto the table? Let's say that your contact, when you met him at Skyhaven, he showed you like which ships were getting hit and how often and where and stuff like that. And there's a statistical thing like the fancier the ship looks, the more it
likely.
gets hit, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh shit.
So it doesn't have anything to do
Ship
with
look
what's
fancy,
on
gets
it.
robbed.
Yeah. These are not plotting kobolds.
In
No,
fact,
that's fair, but like I'm just trying to get us to get a
While-
reason to like go over
Yeah.
there, basically. And be like, I want to go over here specifically. Like,
Well, that would be going back.
to Sky.
This,
Sky.
but we
Which
left
is-
Skyhaven.
yeah.
Excuse me.
You're currently
we're in the Elven.
But you are currently, to some extent, trying to decide how quickly you want to get back to Skyhaven,
Yeah. So
or
you're
back up into the air, even.
And to just further clarify, your main goal is to stop the kobolds from doing this ever again. They have weird tech that nobody should have, and your task force kind of position on this is to figure out what that tech is and how to get that away from them, either to utilize it for the kingdom or to just make sure that like people aren't using weird evil shit.
What if we use our little friends that we've captured and wait till we get hit again and then convince them to take us home?
Interesting.
I had not thought of that. That's DM was like, oh, that's interesting.
Wait, so take the people that we captured and have them pretend that they captured us? Or what?
Either that or just be like, hey, here's your chance to get back there. But we're riding alone.
We want to see the dragon, dude. I kind of like that.
That would definitely.
It's less complicated than what I was proposing.
That could work.
It's an interesting way of getting to me.
From the blogs, has the same ship ever been hit going out and coming back?
Absolutely, they're little bastards, especially the Endeavor.
I was gonna say it's kind of dumb. I mean, because you think they would have got everything the first run.
Well, they usually stop and repair the ship.
And then new people get on with more
New
money.
shiny thing.
Yeah, but it takes a long time it takes a while to repair the ship. So
I wanted to see this abomination of tree and stone from myself. I'd like to spend the day here. Maybe poke around, see what we can find.
Like I said, we could also look into the wind elementals. Maybe they have an idea of how they work. Because what was that one saying? We could never be free, something like that.
yep, that's right.
Yeah, that sounded sad.
So maybe we find out how they get free.
I know it must be terrible working for like some evil overlord or patron who just controls your life and makes you do things, evil things.
Yeah.
That wasn't vague at all.
Was that the sassy response would be, Lord Quinn ain't that bad.
So time passes a little bit, and you actually you hear over the intercom tubes. Please mind the glass. But if you do approach the western side of the ship, or I don't know what's Starboard side. Like, west doesn't make sense. So, my brain died.
West is
if you approach the starboard side of the ship, you'll notice the Everbright Castle coming into view. We'll be at the destination shortly. We're actually going to be stopping at in an area a little bit further away from the castle than normal, because we found a location that can repair the ship there.
Yeah. So as you kind of look out the windows, you're seeing what just at first looks like a plain old big redwood forest from the sky. Big trees, lots of
plain old boring, redwood forest.
Plain old boring redwood forest.
So boring, just
seen
massive
them
trees.
So these massive trees also have like the more you look at the clumps of leaves are often different spots than they would just naturally sit. And you start to realize that each of these trees is a building, basically. Skyscraper kinds of abodes for all kinds of purposes. There are branches brought out between all the different trees, forming pathways and a big network above the ground. And below the ground, you can see there's cobblestone pathways with Ravensteed carriages going along, and even one or two Nikron steammobiles. They're off in the distance, kind of come up over the rest of the forest is Everbright Castle. It is a small grove of redwood trees, kind of very close to each other. But built up into it is stonework. You can see like it just looks like a castle, standard castle, and instead of like the pointy tops of some things, it's just straight up tree. And then
tree, but in a subtle spiral sort of pattern. Yeah. Like it spirals up into kind of a cone.
There's also all over the stone are these vines that are growing a lot of the stonework that you see. There's just
almost completely covered
with these vines, and at this distance and from the air, the entire castle seems to shimmer and wave in the light of the wind. As the leaves kind of bend and blow in the wind, the whole castle just almost seems to sway magically.
Both of you, from your check before, you both know that is because the leaves of the what did we call the vine? The type of whatever the vine is, that the silver vine. That's a big. It's because they are practically reflected. Like they are so shiny. They're still green, but they're incredibly shiny, and that's where that comes from.
And in fact, they are designed by the elves for that purpose, so that when the sun comes down and hits the things that are covered with it, it reflects the sun back out into the trees and just promotes growth.
Yeah, actually, everybody roll a history check on this. Actually, let's see how much they know about this and how much they'll have to
History.
Yeah, I heard that, Tucker. I'm put my
22.
7. I saw rocks being tainted with leaves and went.
Fuck this shit out of
14.
I've seen all I need.
14, and what did
22.
you say? 20? Because you're rolling good.
I mean, dude, Bard College.
So, and you have been there before, and you got told about
sense.
this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, probably Quinn, who's very proud of his elven side.
Probably shared some of this.
Yeah, shared a bunch of stuff about how it works.
And what you know is that eons ago, the elves recognized that plants are basically always waging war. They're always battling for sunlight and nutrients. And the druids came up with and created this vine to proliferate throughout the entire forest and bring ostensibly peace to it. So the trees are not at war with one another, and they're not combating with the foliage down below. Like you'll often see like a big tree with like no grass right underneath it. That's because it's taken all of that sunlight. And with these vines, they've basically gotten rid of that, and it is a point of extreme pride for all of the elves.
And
It was
it's
that Rush song.
And it's similar to that sense of like taking something that is chaotic, providing peace and harmony to it. That is why they are the ones in charge of the kingdom.
And why the kingdom
provide
is so
that
peaceful.
level of stability and safety and peace to each of the races in the kingdom, and it's been like that for quite a long time.
So the elves?
The elves.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in charge, and they have everybody that started working with them just prospered like crazy, and so everybody else was like, "Well, can we get in on this too?"
Yeah.
Well,
The uniting of the entire kingdom was not a violent one. It was a very diplomatic one, for the most part.
they were friendly with each other, more or less. Dwarves and the elves, not as much, because they have these ideas about things differently. But once the dwarves joined the kingdom, it was like hundreds of years ago. It like fully changed the output of the mines. It was like everybody had what they needed, basically. It was
While the tech isn't quite Star Trek level, the scarcity is much closer. It's post-scarcity sort of feeling. Not entirely, hasn't been solved for everyone, but
things have gotten good.
things have gotten a lot better. It's a period of good times because of this. Green everywhere. Little cobblestone paths
so-
you see up in the sky.
Ship docks, people start getting off.
It's kind of like the ships, the trees specifically where the ships dock. You notice basically they've been shaped to have these like hangar-like spaces inside of them, but not in a way where like the tree's been cut. It seems like the tree is just chosen to grow with these gaps in it with enough space for the ships to land.
The person you've named Basket Head seems to be kind of following you around as you dock.
Does anybody speak a different language or something like that? Comprehend language?
I
Are
don't
we good at
think-
weaving?
I don't think understanding them's the problem. I think getting them to talk is.
And they are right here while you're having that conversation. Are you having it privately, or you're right
I think
in
they're
front of them?
whispering
I
it to each
imagine
other.
that's
I
kinda-
imagine.
Okay,
As an
okay.
aside.
They're not going to be
Yeah.
blatantly rude. I can't imagine. I mean, that may be.
As
Not
it's
yet.
case on the Jewett.
Can we shoot back after that? One more.
That was damaging.
Ugh.
So,
Okay.
also, yeah,
Don't forget about the person getting on the way.
Throwing a wicker basket.
right. I'm not gonna forget about that.
Maybe it's Nicolas Cage.
The gnomes have also taken the kobolds that you've captured into custody. They are
Yeah, they're not your responsibility.
they're not willing to let you keep them. Basically, they are taking them. So if there's anything else you want to ask them, they are going to be put in a. Well, actually, you don't know what they're going to do with them.
Aw, they were going to be our in.
Well, if you'd like to negotiate something with them about that, this would be a good thing to do. If that's solidly what you want your plan to be.
Is that what we want?
Dice.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know if it's a good idea here.
The prisoners there.
This is Gorf, the goblin guard. He's the lieutenant that takes care of the security of the ship.
Listen, this is a bit of a long shot, but we have a plan to maybe stop this for good.
Huh.
We're gonna get into their ship, and they know where it is and how to get in there. So I would like them to come with us. And if we get attacked again, we're gonna have these little buggers fly us over to their ship.
There's Rogan. I have an idea, an amendment to your plan. We let them take the kobolds into custody, but when we require them, if you'd be so kind as to lend them back to us, so we could enact that part of Drogon's plan.
Oh, because you don't want to watch over them for. Yeah. That's fair.
You going back with the Endeavor?
Probably, yeah.
Because
We want to check a few things out here in Elven City.
Plenty of time while we repair. Yeah, okay. We hold them here on the ship.
right,
And then we also keep the, flappy things.
I
And then you guys come back with us, and we will talk to the captain. No passengers.
That'd be interesting.
unlock it.
Can we make it look like there's passengers?
Subterfuge. Indeed.
Is there a way we can make it look like passengers are coming though?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Lots of cardboard cutouts.
I was just gonna say that.
What's cardboard?
Are we about to do that? Are we about to do a Home Alone?
I was gonna say
sequence.
Get them! They're dancing in the ballroom.
Yeah.
No?
Actually, the
Paper.
nope,
Paper basket.
the
What is it
basket.
called?
The basket head, whoever which you guys don't know their name. You hear this like quiet voice. I also would like to go back.
You speak common all this time. It's this total silent type, eh?
Doesn't respond.
Yeah, no.
No response to your comment. You've got to still be going off.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, you can we can work that. I'll talk to the captain. No guarantees, but maybe.
There's a better chance than none.
I like it. Sounds fun.
Yeah, if you want to make it look like there's passengers, the guards could dress up in fancy clothing.
Oh yeah, okay. Do you have fancy clothing for them?
Tell them it's casual Friday.
Matt, maybe these lizard men won't know what fancy clothes are anyway.
There's a lot of shiny when I'll attract their eye.
Oh yeah, okay.
Doesn't have to be actually available, just shiny.
They took the chandelier. I mean,
Yeah, it's true. They aren't thinking very much.
no.
Okay.
One of them trying to get the kitchen sink.
Good.
And you can come too.
The basket just nods forward a little bit.
My wicker friend, do you have a name we could call you by? I'm Hurleman Fist Pounder.
They nod forward a little bit, and they say,
Must have a back problem.
"It is of no concern to you."
Izzo must be a foreign fella.
Meanwhile, Rose.
Oh,
Well,
it's
now
just
I'm just dying to know what their name is.
That's just a bit much rude to be referred to by your head attire.
Yeah, I can't get a read on this person.
Oh, Reed! Oh, I get it!
Damn it.
That one was an angry shot.
Yeah,
You made me reach for ammo.
Jeez, I thought it was coming again. I was like,
Chaos, madness, puns. Oh.
I'm hoping if I tell enough, the basket case will just be like, listen here.
Do we shoot you again for the basket?
I made it earlier.
Yeah,
I don't care if you made it. Well, I guess you're not relishing in it, so I'm not gonna shoot you. That seems to be the way it works. The basket wearing stranger, accomplishing what they seemingly wanted to accomplish, disembarks from.
Yeah, they turn and start walking away.
Yeah, from the ship, but somebody else actually gets on the ship.
Yeah, so as it be kind of a dock, you're trying to figure out what you're going to be doing, where you're going to be going. You see a tall, lanky, very familiar figure board the ship, wearing a mask, Just
Like
kind of
always.
walking around a little awkward as always. And he sees you and just goes, oh, and then starts walking closer. This is Otto.
Almost hits his head on the ceiling.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a very
trying
tall
to
ceiling.
dunk under things and stuff because gnomes, and he's like
Right.
extra
Yeah.
tall. He's like, here you are. How did it go?
I don't see you.
We got information at least, and we got to see what these little buggers are doing. Unfortunately, their equipment still doesn't make sense.
Interesting.
I'm gonna pull out one of the surviving air cannon things. They're hooking these into they're calling them drakes. Apparently these are powering them.
Interesting.
Inside of this is wind elemental.
A wind elemental is inside?
I was messing with one trying to see if there was a way to like shut it down or something, and then it ended up breaking. And then one of the buggers popped out and said something about we cannot be free. So then we told it to leave and it did.
I will take this back to the yacht.
The little buggers also said something about their captain having to recharge the thing.
To recharge the elemental inside.
Right?
The lizardmen were kobolds.
I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that does have some bearing.
They might be confused.
I see.
But they were saying that all this stuff won't be working by tomorrow.
The wind elemental won't be working by tomorrow.
Maybe he's union.
That is so funny.
Wait a minute. Where's the die? Guess I want to nominate for inspiration.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. Oh my god.
Absolutely.
As they should be.
You see Otto just kind of be like,
Unionize the elementals.
like there's no expression obviously
Right.
on the mask, but he's just like, all right.
Sure, why not?
I will take a very careful look at it.
I'm just saying, we haven't got much time if that is true.
What are your plans? What are you doing next? Do you know?
We'll get back on the ship after it's repaired. Hopefully it gets attacked again, as it is attacked nearly every time. When they come in, we're going to have the little buggers we're captured take us back to their ship.
Ingenious.
After that, we're going to play it by ear.
Sounds like their standard procedure.
I mean, as long as you got the first couple steps of the plan, you know.
Well, it's hard to make a plan for something you don't know what's inside.
Can I see one of these drakes?
Absolutely. We got 3 of them.
And so you guys he kind of goes over. He's inspecting it, and he just keeps going. Interesting. Looking at it, poking at it, pulling things apart.
Like,
putting it back
his
together.
interesting is Drogon's like, it's all nonsense. No,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it doesn't make sense.
Make a sanity check.
I would agree.
But you should have seen the things moving. It was like a real living thing, practically.
Yes, like a living thing. In fact, I was thinking it might be some kind of possession.
It belongs to the boss, I'm sure.
Can I shoot him for that?
There's this long look, like he just.
No, I'm like he's
Yeah.
being like
Yeah.
I'm playing it like
Yeah. No, I know. He gives
Like
this.
somebody.
Yeah. Otto gives this long look, and then he just goes back over here.
I don't and Drogon
And
both had to go.
moving on.
What did he... Anyway,
What?
do you think maybe
They being possessed like
That-
devils.
they're allowing the air elemental to gain control of the thing?
That is precisely what I'm suggesting. Because I don't see how this thing could move on its own otherwise.
Exactly. And apparently, okay, I'm assuming that we're near one of the drakes.
Yeah.
This is the one we're making it go.
Mm.
And I'm pointing to this pipe. And I'll point to the other pipe. And apparently, you can put another one in this one to let it shoot.
Right.
So,
and he pulls it apart and he's like, and this is connected to nothing.
I know.
Put it all back together. Well, it seems we are on the same page. Good luck. I think you should all head in. I have made arrangements for you at the hotel.
Golden Moss, the Golden Moss Hotel.
At the Golden Moss Hotel. Find your way there, and you should be all set to stay for the night.
Golden Moss.
Appreciate it. Golden Moss.
I am
Golden
going to
Moss.
take this back to the yacht and see what I can make of it. I will return it to you in the morning.
I wish you luck.
And he starts heading out. I guess you probably want to depart as well. Is there something else you want to do on board the Endeavor?
Not on board that I can think of.
You aren't going to completely lose access to it. It's going to be here under repairs for a few days. So if you do come up with something else you wanted to do, you can choose to do that in the time.
So as you step off the Endeavor onto this large redwood tree that seems to be specially grown to be extra high to accept zeppelins, you're walking out onto like perfectly natural wooden floor. It doesn't look like cut and shaved and things. It just
like the tree decided
just
to grow
bark.
floorboards, kind of.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so you're walking out. There's stairs going down. There's actually a cylindrical elevator in the center that is powered by a steam engine that is going up and down as well. So most people are checking off there. The attendants are, saying goodbye. And as you
luggage.
Yep. You're given your they're letting you keep your stuff on board currently. So
anything you want to take off, you can take off with you, but your belongings are.
I mean, our luggage are usually probably just our backpacks. We would take them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But the harpoon gun that somebody has.
Oh yeah, we were leaving that on.
Some
We're
things
not
that-
just
yeah.
walking around.
I forgot about it during the fight.
There wasn't much reason to use it. Oh boy, if we nailed the kobolds with it.
Overkill, like
One
crazy.
kobold? Said line
You
of-
gotta get him in a line. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You remember that like weird Mars invasion movie they had where the lasers like outlined your skeleton for a little bit and you disappeared? Like,
I
We should bring that with us.
had a
when we
horrible
get on the
thing
dragon ship.
that just happened and came through my brain. It's your fault just because you're here.
What have you done?
Shish Kabul.
Shish Kabold.
There's multiple couples.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
I had to say it because it was too good.
shish kebab. Yes.
Rules are rules.
Yep. You spend enough time around Tucker, it's like a curse.
It's a venom that seeps into your soul.
It wasn't worth the shot. I got hit pretty hard.
Still so weak.
Okay.
Prepping in the car before session, get stone skin.
So you take the elevator down, I assume, and when you hit ground floor, there are various it is like an airport, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
there's
a
kinda
very vertical airport, but the base of it is a little bit bigger than the rest of the tree, and there's no staircase taking up lots of space. So there's like a souvenir shop.
Yeah.
And
with lots of little jewelry and elven stuff.
you see like leaves of the silver vine pressed in between two panes of glass with a little thing that says, Everbright Forest, kind of I was here kind of vibes. A little pastry and coffee shop kind of spot right down there for passengers waiting for their ship, Zeppelin to come in and that kind of thing. And then
there is a little stall with a very loud gnome inside.
A skull?
Stall.
A stall with a loud gnome inside. He's just like, get your
acorns! Get your acorns!
Yep. And surrounding the stall on all the leaves that kind of cover over the top of this thing are just just a ton, like almost covering every single branch, is a little chippity, which is a half chipmunk, half chickadee.
That's
adorable. There are pictures of it in the Kingdom of Steam public Discord, and I'm about to post a link if I can make it work, for chat to see it as well.
So these things are
They're not in the Discord.
flying around all over the place. They are. And actually, as you're sitting and watching, you can see a couple chippities come in and put acorns into a basket in the back and then fly up and off. And he's like holding out like little bags that seem to be full of these.
He's like gesturing specifically towards you.
Yeah, yes.
Actually,
Where are you going? Where do you need?
don't leave without your acorns. What do you do?
So also, since you've had a lot of high checks here and you've definitely been here before,
Should you roll with advantage?
yeah.
Hey, do I know like what the?
Yeah.
Roll with
acorns are all
advantage for history check.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Now it's trash. 14.
no.
Maybe I don't
14?
remember too much about the acorn shenanigans.
You don't remember? Yeah, I think.
He was in the king's castle.
Yeah. And
You
you were
remember,
with Lord Quinn the entire time.
You remember seeing some of these animals, but like you don't know anything about. They're just birds, squirrely things, you know, chipmunks.
Squirrely birds.
Raises
birds.
concerns that there might be the infamous and well-feared raccoon seagull variant.
Wow, that would be a dangerous combo. I like that.
Oof, that's an animal.
Thank God for half pickles, you know?
I came up with the most cursed one. I can't wait to show you all someday.
Yeah, we won't ever forget it. Don't worry.
I'll never
It'll
forget
happen.
it.
Someday our cursed animal will come.
What were the helpers called?
These are
Helpers?
chippities.
Helpers. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The helpers?
Yeah.
These are the little bird squirrel things. Yeah. Okay. He's like, get your acorns. You need it. You gotta get it. You want to get around in here. You need a chippity.
Oh, all right. I mean, buy a bag, I guess. How much?
They are 3 gold.
3 gold.
Don't give them a bloody coin. There are acorns and they're bloody everywhere.
They literally grow on trees, man.
I mean, yeah, but
Oh, you're gonna want a bag of them.
And why is that exactly?
Well, have you ever been to Everbright before?
Clearly you haven't.
Clearly you haven't. Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd be buying this
Answering
bag
his
of
own
acorns.
questions.
You think you can navigate around in here?
I don't see anybody else buying them.
There's somebody comes up, buys the bag, and goes off.
I don't see a lot of people buying them.
good recovery.
The gnome says, "Well, no pressure. I'm open for another few hours. If you change your mind,
If you don't,
I'll be here.
if you
can
don't get
find
lost,
it.
if
If
you
you
can
don't
get
get
back,
lost.
that's what
Yeah, if you can find it.
And just what is an acorn going to do to help us get around?
Oh, you gotta. They can't get the tops off.
You pop open an acorn, hold it up over your head.
They love
There you
them.
go. They love
They
them.
love them. They
They'll
can't
help
get
you
enough.
out.
Maybe there's 2 guys in the stall.
Oh,
I think there's
okay.
definitely 2 guys in the
Okay.
stall.
Twins.
Yeah.
They're twins. They are
We
twins. You
keep
thought it was
talking
one
over each
guy,
other.
and he kept like going in and out, and then they both came out at the same time, from the
Yeah,
back.
we were trying. Yeah.
We only picked it up because after a while,
Are their heads different? Oh, no.
And the furry birds help you navigate?
Yeah.
Explain it like I'm a small child who doesn't know things about plagues and stuff.
Elves don't label anything. They don't write on any of the trees. They don't put up signs. There's no street names. It's nuts.
After a while, all the trees look the same.
So they do to me. They do to most of us. But not to the
Wow.
elves.
Yeah.
They can get around just fine. But if you are not an elf, you are an Everbright, you need some acorns. You talk to the chippities. The chippities will take you where you want to go.
Oh, you need to
Well.
have one chippity from the other.
You don't have to. All the chippities know where everything is.
Well, I'm not an elf, and you're not an elf. He's definitely not now.
I don't think so.
You're not.
Not even half.
So you better buy some acorns. You're gonna get lost.
I don't believe in half.
I don't
Spend
think
more
3
time
gold's like
gambling.
a
I've got a
big
ton of
stretch
gold.
for either of us, but like,
I got 25 gold.
Spend more
go
time
nuts, I
gambling.
guess.
Drogon gamble? And have a chance to lose the coin?
Hey. Oh, right. All right. Well, I'll buy some acorns. I'll bite.
How big is the bag?
Oh, it's like a big hefty
It's
bag
pretty
of
sizable.
acorns. Yeah.
How long you staying? How long you staying in Everbright?
So, I'm
One bag's worth amount of time. I hope.
I hope so too. And he passes the bag over and puts his hand up for the
One
coins.
bag acorns.
I will
He takes
also
3
buy a
gold.
bag.
Okay.
However,
Oh.
3
whenever-
gold.
I want to look at the bags and try and eyeball which one looks most full.
Oh,
Okay.
he wants to find a nice
Oh,
juicy bag.
Yeah. He's like, whatever, and he gives you that one. Yeah.
One more acorn than
Value for money. 1 extra acorn, baby.
Go to
Yeah, it's just as I expected. You're all nuts. I'm not wasting gold on that. Follow me nose to get around.
You're gonna follow us around because we're gonna have the navigation.
Exactly.
Cheapskate.
He's gonna follow his nose because he's gonna be looking at us.
Okay, so you kind of like head out of the docking tree, and man, this place is magical.
The tree port.
Yeah, the tree port. Thank you. Yes.
The tree port.
Can't just don't trust in any acorns.
Are you punning quietly over there?
I heard that. Just out of my sonic range.
You're lucky.
So there are the cobblestone streets, kind of rolling hills. Everything, the landscape itself hasn't been changed or altered very much, but it's been adapted to. You're seeing little tiny tree street lamps that go up with some sort of like little bioluminescent glow on the inside of it. It's not night yet, so you can see a faint glow from inside of it. Yeah.
A little bit of silverine flickering through everywhere, and
And it's towards as far as the eye can see, there's no signs, there's no anything, there's just lots of trees with very fancy little doors on them and stuff like that.
not little doors. They're
Not
not
little
like
doors.
tiny people. Elven-sized doors.
Little doors.
Keebler elves.
It's Keebler elves.
Good news for us. We'll have a bunch of cookies.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So
I want to make a history check
sure. For what?
to try to remember my way.
Okay.
Because I'm being stubborn like that. I'm like,
Oh, you're
Well,
trying.
you're trying to follow
you're-
mental breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
telling them not to
This
use
is
the
going to be
acorns, and you just want
A
to.
trying to
high
plan a
DC,
mental
just so you
route.
know.
I think I did a great job. I rolled a 6. Though.
Oh
Yeah,
jeez,
no,
I think I did
unfortunate.
a great job.
You-
Yes, you do.
it-
You do
yeah.
think you did a great job.
Yeah, it feels like you know exactly. You're not gonna have any problem getting around here.
Natural sense of direction.
There's a scene where like we stop for a moment. He's like, "I'll show you where to go," and he leaves. And he comes right back
And
around.
then we all walk in the opposite direction. Yeah.
Oh my god. Where is there anything you're in particular like trying to find or look for? Does anyone want to make like an investigation?
Public transportation.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So you've been instructed on how to use the acorns. You take one out, you pop the top off, and hold it up.
Unless you want to do this without the aid
I
of
would-
the chippy.
I would like to, without the aid of the chippy, look around and be like, is there some kind of strange car whisking away on a vine, maybe like a tram,
Nope.
or perhaps a
What the Ravensteeds we saw.
What? The
yes,
what?
Ravenstein?
What about the Ravensteeds?
Yeah, there are from time to time raven seeds that go by.
Do any of them appear to be taxi-like?
There's no signage or anything on any of them.
Because they don't.
Because
Sign.
elves don't believe
But
in signs.
perhaps they do have uniforms. So do we notice any particular driver uniforms, perhaps?
Nope. It's really kind of a pain in the ass.
Fucking elves.
It's like a different culture here. That's really what
A
it gets
very
at.
different culture. Yeah.
Dumb culture. Who doesn't label their streets?
Think of how long it took that stupid tree to grow. You know what would be faster? Carving a fucking rock.
Oh, I think the trees are pretty.
Oh my god. Dwarves.
Carving a fucking rock.
Hundreds of years to make one road. We could have it done a day.
Give me
Bang this out in the
Give me
weekend.
10 dwarves and a quarry. We got this place done in a week.
I mean, look at their roads. They're just cobbled together.
God.
I'm too proud of myself.
Okay.
That was kind of funny.
What do you want to do?
I'm still upset
This
though.
is, interestingly, unlike an airport where there's like roads of taxis ready to pick up any passengers, it looks like there isn't really much of anything right outside of this tree port. There's not really anything but foot traffic here as far as you're seeing as well. This is, there are a couple of carriages that'll go by, but they all seem to have been either privately owned or privately hired. It's possible if you had the connections, you could have prearranged for something, but it would appear that that's not necessary for wherever they're expecting you to go from here.
What would you like to do?
Are there any people walking by?
There's
Lots
elves,
of-
mostly
lots of
elves. Every once in a while, you do see a non-elf walking by. You see a human or a halfling, and they always have a chickadee out.
Either sitting on their head or on a shoulder or
Yep.
flittering right near
Every
them.
once in a while, they pop, they tap them on the head and then point in the
The
direction.
little, yeah.
So, where should we go first?
You can also just enter the hotel and retire for the night. A long rest
If
in.
you do want to do a long rest, you could
What?
potentially do that.
I am pretty
What time of day is it?
It's getting later.
Dinner-ish?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably around dinner time, you know. The lamps are, you do notice a little bit of the glow. The light is starting to dim. But an interesting side effect of the silver leaf is that things below in the forest do stay fairly bright
Until
until it really
nighttime.
does get dark.
Mark's looking a little worse than the weather. Perhaps we at least ought to drop them off at the hotel. Maybe they got burgers
I mean,
and beer.
I wouldn't put my hopes up to that.
I don't know. They don't eat burgers.
Gestures to trees.
It's not really a whole lot of grassland just here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's full of animals. There's going to be something.
You don't think that vegetarians do?
I'd get comfortable with eating salad for the next few days, dude.
Oh, Morton's bones.
Maybe they
How long is it gonna
eat.
take for
We
the
get some
soup to be
fried
prepared?
chickadee sandwiches.
They're not sure yet. Still.
I know what I'm doing if I get hungry.
Hello, would you like to be taken to the
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Did you find a direct path to my stomach?
Acceptable.
Oh,
Unacceptable.
Oh wow.
On it, we make the cutest thing in the world, and you guys are talking about having them as snacks.
I mean, you brought up shish kebabs.
Those are kobolds.
Kobolds aren't.
They're very
well, they
pretty.
are.
With
I
blooming
would have
colors.
never thought a kobold was like a cute thing until we had snow in the party, and then it was like, wow.
That
look.
was just due to
It's-
Snow's immaculate self-care.
That's true.
I find them adorable. Innocent little dragon babies.
Little dragon.
Hotel
Little
then?
dragon child.
Yeah, I'm down because like I have next to no spell slots, and I've used most of my.
All right, let's hotel then.
Plus anything that we
Okay,
choose
so,
to do
um,
likely in time.
Everybody roll an investigation check. See if you can find your way to any bearings on which direction or anything you should be doing.
Haha! Gentleman's strike. Follow me nose.
I also
kind of
have a
roll?
homemade 20.
What kind of roll was it?
Investigation.
22.
32?
22.
22. Okay.
32. Oh my god.
22.
19 plus
This isn't
3.
Monday night. We're not 20th level.
19 plus 3.
I was gonna say that this is like a DC that's
He was
over
just
20.
whispering that it had to be over.
Over
7.
20 because like you can't understand anything that's going on here. How would you
Rolled a
know where the hotel
12
is?
or below. What was it? What did you roll? You rolled
6, yeah.
single digit.
Drogon, you're pretty
I rolled a
sure
20.
you don't know particularly
Yeah.
why, but like you
Combined.
you look down the street, you think there's a left there, and you just get this feeling like the hotel's open.
There's enough people walking around there with suitcases and such. It's gotta be around there.
Alright.
So you start heading that way. You actually are you guys gonna follow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
No acorn usage. Let's not use the creature we
It's a-
generated.
It's a good thing
It's
when
just-
it pays 3 gold.
We're being dwarves. We're trying to be anti.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
They
love
We're
it.
gonna
I am
wind
just-
up using these things.
I'm just kind of expressing how I
You're
feel.
so amused.
We're trying to push ourselves into a position where we absolutely have to and look like idiots.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
we found the dunny.
So, you head over, you walk up to this building that has no signage on it. It looks just like all the other buildings
the tree
around it.
looks just like all the other trees.
But there's trees with like stone built into it and like windows and stairs going up that are made of wood and stone. It's pretty cool. Fantasy kind of thing. This is the most fantasy things have been in Kingdom Steep.
It's true.
So you open the door at random that doesn't seem like a hotel at all, and bam, there's totally a hotel lobby inside of here. You go in, they show that you got checked in, and you're able to go to your rooms.
They do inform you that
There are at least
they
room numbers.
they do no.
No.
You each
They
get your
give
own.
you like little bellhop chippities and stuff.
Oh, the little! Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's cute.
Absolutely, that's canon now.
Oh my god, yes.
They expect to be tipped
these
in
are
acorn.
the in-house chippities.
But they do inform you that there is a small little like restaurant and that dinner will be served shortly. And they do let say they don't know who eats what sort of thing. They do say that the food is entirely vegetarian. But there is a place nearby called Mossburger if you'd like something.
Is it moss burgers?
Oh, they're not made of moss.
Oh, why they call them moss burgers?
They just do.
I thought it doesn't make much sense to call them hamburger. They're not made out of ham.
Well, it sounds a little better than beef burger.
Maybe the name of the proprietor of the restaurant.
Or cow
Maybe
patty.
their formal name is Moss. Could be the Moss
Yeah,
family
something.
who runs the burger joint.
So let's say you gotta go get something to eat at the burger place. You're chilling out. You want to do a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a delicious meal. And you can find your way back to the
How are
hotel.
the furnishings in the room?
They look like some of them are built into the floor.
Like some of the tables and such don't
Is there
move.
plumbing?
But,
Yeah, absolutely. How it works and where it's from and that stuff like that. There's like little pressured things that push water up into it because there's steam engines. You can hear
Okay.
the steam engines.
Fantastic.
Yeah, like somewhere in the building. And they're pumping water through. it.
After dinner, Rolls and Raven 100% take a bubble bath.
Yeah, and it is a pretty luxurious hotel. They put you up someplace nice.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Lordship always takes care of us.
You're all on the same floor as well.
Yep, we're all in the same block, so to speak. The same row.
Anybody want to do anything before they rest for the night?
Just my usual ritual, just kind of go out on whatever balcony they've got. Oh, nice place, dude. Just kind of hang out, enjoy the place. And...
Yeah. As the night rolls on, it is a spectacle to see the way that the forest is lit up. The trees lit from underneath by all the little street lights, and also high up in the trees, little darts of light coming out from the different windows, because each of the trees are homes to people.
Yeah.
But as you kind of make your way down to sleep, you get in bed, try to find comfort, and you're pretty
Strange
used to
places,
that-
you're used to that.
Yeah.
Although, you were very used to your prison beds. Just to remind you, it wasn't all that long ago that you were all incarcerated. So this is a very luxurious bed in comparison to...
Rolls, who's recently been in hell, is like, this is living.
Yeah. Right, well, not incarcerated in your case, that's true. You weren't technically jailed in hell, you were just sort of stuck there.
More like incinerated.
Oh, actually change the music too.
I'm going to be sure to stow away the bag of acorns in the toolbox because maybe the little buggers are nocturnal and they're going to sneak in.
They can't get the tops off. They need you to get the top
They
off.
need humans to take the lids off.
Oh, I'm not taking that chance.
Yeah.
I paid 3 good gold for these and they're going to last.
Everybody give me perception checks.
Perception.
Natural 20 for 24.
Is that this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good thing you're carrying this.
Yeah, 14 again.
7.
Combined 20.
All right.
You have a what?
No, not a nat.
20.
Combined.
They have
20.
a 20.
A
All right.
homemade 20.
You take this, and you take this.
My
Could
God.
you two kindly skedaddle?
Oh, we don't
Not
get
make
to.
the same-
You don't get to
Please.
know things.
Nope, you get
Roll
see
better,
what's gonna
scrubs.
In fact,
happen.
you can start your break early.
Okay, good.
Yeah, go ahead and get yourself.
You've been dismissed.
Advantage to the break.
Strip the popcorn.
Oh.
I don't know how.
If you don't know how to use the air popper, I'll make it when I get up.
Rills,
Yes.
can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh boy.
You do not have to make this.
Whiz.
I'm good at those, though.
I'm not. 19.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Okay, so here's how this is going to go down.
All I wanted to do was take a
weird-
bubble bath.
A weird
Sorry.
silence.
You
got an idea how you're gonna do it.
So there's not a noise that you hear, but you do feel the tree itself shift subtly. You're just kind of used to the train, the movements of things and stuff, and you're not hearing any of that, you're not feeling any of that, and you're just kind of in tune with the stillness of this tree. And then the way that the tree moves very, very, very subtly.
Okay.
You can feel that there's something happening outside in the corridor that is not making any noise. But it should be.
It's making vibration,
You feel the vibrations, but not the noise.
which is
Wrong.
yes.
And this is happening outside near Yeoman's door.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna throw on a bathrobe or something, grab my rapier, and I'm going out in the hallway. You never know.
Okay.
Hey, Raven, be on standby. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
So you open your door,
Yep.
and are you going to peek out, or are you going to just
Yeah,
walk out
I'm
there?
peeking out.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Sure.
Advantage? No.
16.
Fantastic. You see in the dark hallway
Dark figure.
a figure, tall, lanky, and at first you're really worried because they are opening Yolan's door and just going inside.
Does it look like Otto?
It is Otto.
Okay.
You're pretty sure. Do you want to do anything?
Hey, Raven,
Yes, ma'am.
go spy on that. I'm sure it's fine, but
Raven-
you know.
Raven takes the soap bubble cap, kind of mound of soap, scoots it off of their head, goes invisible, and scuttles off. And
As
And then Rolls is going to do that
me
thing
make
where
a
she
roll.
shuts the door, but she doesn't really shut it all the way so she can keep peeking out the
Yeah.
doorway.
As you are, as you're kind of, are you looking through Raven's eyes? I'm assuming at this point.
Yeah.
As you go out there, any noise that Raven would be making, it just turns off. It goes completely silent. Yolden, you are aware that your door to your hotel room opens, and there is a dark figure standing in the doorway with glowing red eyes.
Do I reckon? I mean, player-wise, I know it's Otto.
Let's give it a couple seconds of like, what do you do that second that happens?
What's your
What-
first?
what-
what's
what-
Yolaman's reaction?
Yeah,
to
what's
seeing this?
your initial reaction?
Let's see. What time of night is it? Is it like was I in bed already, or?
Yeah,
Let's say midnight.
Everybody's in bed,
Midnight.
probably dozing off or
For some reason, these
long bubble bath.
long bubble bath. Very tired of travel.
Throw a shuriken.
A shuriken.
Yeah.
Roll an attack.
Yeah. Like immediate.
Oh yeah.
No, I love it. That's great.
14.
I mean, you gotta go with your instincts,
It
right?
seems to
No.
connect with nothingness
No, I
and
think
fall to the ground.
that's definitely a hit. As a reaction, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It just
It connects to nothing.
and just drops
falls
onto
to the
the
ground.
floor. And the figure goes like this and then pulls out a lantern and lights it.
And you see,
And you see Otto there.
but also when Calvin made that sound effect, phoom, that didn't happen.
Yeah. It's completely
Every-
silent. You don't hear
none
this
of-
shuriken
None
fly
of
through the air.
your movements are making sound.
He turns around. So Raven is kind of seeing this happen,
Uh-huh.
like seeing that he's in the doorway.
And she's impressed.
Eventually, he starts leading you out of the place. And again, like before you were down the hallway all the way, he goes, and then you hear all the audio come back. Just this ambient noise of the forest returns. And then he continues to lead you out of the building.
As for Raven, do we do anything with that?
Give me a stealth check with advantage for Raven.
Sure.
Yeah, doing great.
I always
Good
have to
job,
look
guys.
up at imp stats.
I think that
It
this is
almost
how
doesn't.
this is how the dice. This is how the dice
So-
have played this out.
Yeah,
This is what
yeah.
we knew this was a possibility, just a remote one, and it's so weird that it just happens to be real.
Yeah, of course it does.
Would I
Uh,
get us? Would I notice this too? Or
You
would
can
it
have
be
a-
my passive
You
perception?
You can have a
What's your passive perception? We can leave that into the mix.
14.
Okay.
Raven has rolled an 18 for stealth.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Go
Okay.
Raven.
Yeah.
I mean, she is invisible.
Raven feels that no one has detected her,
She's feeling pretty confident.
and you feel that way too, looking through Raven's eyes.
Yeah.
Although, as you leave out of the hotel at night, you
Do you
lose,
want Raven to?
you're going to lose visual contact as they depart out of your range.
Oh yeah, Raven will go with them, but you will not be able to continue to see. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
There's like a. Do you want Raven to continue to follow?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So at this point, I'm going to ask you to depart.
Absolutely.
Also, yes.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think I would
Oh,
have
actually-
Raven continue to follow her so
You know
she
what?
could report back to me.
We
Let's make one more roll because
Uh,
Raven will be there for a while.
I think that
Let's see. Or what do you?
I think actually, if you stay here for this,
Rills doesn't know this, but you're gonna get some information from Raven, and that will be
And
enough.
that way we can make it sneaky for everybody.
We don't have to. We don't have to
dodge around
reiterate
it.
everything. Again.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
So you'll have some information that your character doesn't.
So you're walking through the forest at night, following Otto.
And eventually, you reach a door.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything to him on the way or anything like that? He's being fairly quiet. He told you to be quiet.
No.
No. Fantastic. You kind of wind through for a little while. He opens a door to a place.
Insight.
Go ahead.
Natural 20 for 26.
Yeah. This is very clearly Otto just acting exactly like Otto does. This is clearly something clandestine. Something meant to be a secret. And he's gone out of his way to make sure that it's kept a secret. You know that Otto tends to take care of pretty heavy stuff, like breaking people out of prison.
Yes.
Yeah, so I continue to trust him.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So you head inside. He closes the door behind. You walk up a flight of stairs. There doesn't seem to be anyone else awake. It's pretty much tonight. It's very dark. He's got the lantern out. Walks up to a door and opens it. And as you go inside, the room is lit, and sitting behind the desk is Lord Quinn.
I look at.
Can I talk now?
Of course. As he closes the door behind
Your
you.
Lordship, of course. How can I be of service?
Good to see you well. I shouldn't even be here, in a way. It's hard to explain, but the reason I called you here is mostly because I want to know how everybody is. How is everything?
We seem to have fallen back into our old patterns. Everyone's getting along about as well as we always have. Rilla seems a bit different. Can't put my finger on it, but I mean, personality-wise, she's Riddle's. I don't mean like she's like a doppelganger or a fish man taking her over. Or something. I think we left that stuff back in the last chapter. But
I love that those are not hypothetical things.
Yeah. Otto is just like, you hear him just be under his breath. He's like, doppelgangers.
thing. I think she may have a new magic thing. I don't know.
Magic. Interesting.
Drogon seems, is high-born up in himself, still smart, we're getting along. Mark, yeah, I mean, it seems like the crew is about the same. So, can I make a history check? Because I, the player, might be forgetting something.
Sure, absolutely. We can both speak as him. Remember, we're not doing the 12.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, everything seems to have been on the up and up. There's nothing really stands out like heavily. It's just like I want to make sure that you understand that I trust you implicitly.
Thank you.
I want to trust the other members of the team, like I can trust you. However, those who practice magic, those who are skilled with the tongue, those who are interested in the mechanics of the world, tend to be a little
Fickle.
eccentric.
Look at Otto.
Shifting.
He's standing right here, your lordship.
Otto goes, I think it's appropriate that I am not trusted at all times.
You and me both.
And he goes, Quinn is like, Otto is one of my oldest friends. I know where he has failings and where he doesn't. I don't know that about your current team.
You've had me reports. I mean, you've heard me suspicions, and I told you the full truth about who and what I saw.
Yes. Your loyalty is not in question. I just, with the long imprisonment, which I apologize that took so very long. It was much more politics, you know.
I could have done it on behalf of your lordship. So. I do feel a bit bad for Riddles. I think she had it quite a bit worse.
I've been caught up a little bit about what happened, because Otto filled in a little bit of the gaps of what's happened. It sounds like you should definitely keep an eye on them all still, of course. If you pick up on any movings or internal strife, I suppose. Yeah, that's quite the right word.
Conflicted loyalties?
It seems like they're wavering in some way. I like this team. I like these people. I want to be able to trust them.
I've been somewhat forthright with them in the sense that I told them anything that I didn't find loyal to you, I would report.
I know now you do technically work under the king, and stuff, but I still feel like I am responsible for all of you. I will say that your ability to work together is imperative to continuing to work for the king. Solving this problem is also imperative.
I'm just a humble dwarf who gets hit in the head for a living, your lordship. But perhaps there's you have tremendous resources. Perhaps you could ensure more loyalty and from them if you could help them out with whatever deals they've made and trouble they may be in. I think Reels had something about her husband, and I'm not quite sure what's going on with Bartholomew.
I don't know that anyone ever is. He kind of like frowns a tiny bit, like he's trying to figure it out, because like, what is that guy's deal?
I mean, it's hard for him. He's a tiefling, and there's not a lot of them around, and he gets looks everywhere. You gotta understand, it's hard being him sometimes.
I'm pretty sure we offered him the disguise self spell. I don't know. We have some scrolls, very old.
Yes. But imagine just you had to walk around not being yourself. That would eat at a man.
That's unfortunately solving societal issues, and that is difficult.
You see Otto being like,
yeah, he's like, Lord Quinn kind of smiles a little bit because he sees the humor in what Otto's doing that Otto does not. But he says, "I'm sorry to have pulled you away. I know you do need sleep and everything. I just wanted to remind you." In a way, I just wanted to remind you that I am still here for you, and my resources are the king's resources, in a sense. I have offered to basically function continuingly as needed for cover work or what have you. I certainly hope to see you all aboard the train again.
Me too.
And
just keep me updated on what he's like. He's just
keep me updated on their progress.
Here's the report from the first flight.
Otto takes it. And he's like, oh, yes.
He reaches it towards the and it just goes.
He doesn't like to be handed things.
It's just keep me updated. Keep a close eye on them. Think about what their motivators are. If we tend to see any more eccentricities like in Redcoat, make sure that I am updated as quickly as possible.
And without making waves, perhaps find out more about the situations that I can help solve, like you mentioned. So if there is something with Rills' husband, if there's something we can do there, of course. And the same goes for everyone else. The less ties and burdens and responsibilities they have outside of the tasks of the king, the better for everyone.
Absolutely, Your Lordship. You can count on me.
Don't trust them.
Don't trust them.
What?
But help them, but don't trust
them. Help them. Yeah, he's like, help them, but don't trust them. Yeah.
Not all the way. You haven't heard whispers of a spy for a while, but you've all been in jail.
A spy?
So originally,
a long time ago, we talked to you about how there was
potentially a spy in your midst.
Yeah, there was potentially a spy somewhere on the train,
yeah.
For the lords. The lords all spy on each other and all that kind of stuff, and they're all pretty civil, but they're competitive, and there's still a little sneaky boys. You're learning all kinds.
Quinn doesn't say sneaky boys.
No, he doesn't. Sorry, yeah, no. That was me explaining.
Funny if he did.
Yeah. They're all sneaky boys.
They're all very sneaky boys. You know how to.
Oh my god.
Is there anything else that you need?
No. I'd be ashamed to ask for anything. I don't wear armor. As a personal favor, if you happen to see something that kind of goes with my natural sort of organic fighting style that would help protect me, appreciate it.
If you find anything at the local armory, we'll happily put the bill for you.
I can't wear regular mundane stuff or
this
armor.
is the elven.
Oh.
This is an elven space. They don't just do necessarily regular. You may want to look. Obviously, when I say foot the bill, please, within reason. These elves, I love them, but they certainly know how to drain one's purse.
Nothing more than not a copper over 100 platinum.
Quinn sort of nods and shakes his head.
I wink.
Yeah, Otto's like, that is too much.
Yeah.
That's entirely too much.
And then he says, and here, and he takes out of his own pocket, he hands you a flask, a hip flask, and he says, it's a health potion, basically.
It turns me into an elf.
Health
potion.
You're tired.
Health potion.
You're tired. It's
Amazing.
It's all right. Maybe you got some soap in your ears when you took a bath.
When you drink it, you get 4d4 pointiness.
Yes, that's right.
And he's just like, and obviously, keep my presence here in Everbright a secret.
Yeah.
Whose presence?
Exactly.
Good job.
Good night.
He nods and then gestures to Otto to bring you back because he knows you will get fucking lost if he doesn't.
Comes a solo survival campaign.
Yes! You've been lost in the woods, knocking on doors, trying to find the hotel.
You're also seeing that Otto has no trouble navigating this place.
How do you do it? I don't want to pay for the book.
Oh yeah, so as you're walking back there, he's like, how do you do it? He's like, I can read the trees.
I can too when they're paper. How do you read the trees, lad?
I don't know that a dwarf can do it.
Oh,
Do you know how you can see a stone
Yeah.
and understand where it's been,
Yeah.
who made it?
Astoria.
Uh-huh.
It is the same with the trees.
Oh.
He's just 3 squirrel birds in an overcoat.
There's like a zillion of them.
Yeah. Oh my god, a swarm of
A flock of
chippidees.
Of chippidees.
Yeah, and he takes you back to the hotel, and as he goes up the stairs, you hear the ambient noise disappear again.
He helps you sneak back into your room.
He nods and exits. Yeah. Raven returns to your
Should Otto make one more perception check to see if he notices?
I think he
there's
failed
any-
hard enough that isn't
He did
necessary.
fail pretty bad. That's true. It was like a
She
3.
was invisible.
She was invisible.
Raven returns to your room and spills all of that, basically.
Uh-huh.
Counts pretty much
In
all.
a very Raven way.
Sure.
And with that, let's go to our intermission. We will be back shortly. Some of us will have had a longer intermission than others.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna go make popcorn for the hungry boys.
All right. Bye. We'll be right back.
Bye. Pulsar is here.
We return.
Thank you, Fox.
I dropped the popcorn.
You've done well. We'll have to figure out some way to pay you there.
Pulsar was memeing.
You guys are awakened, well
It's
rested,
morning.
full rested.
Strange adventures unfurled unbeknownst to us.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Oh,
An
it took a while.
uninterrupted,
No, nothing
uninterrupted
As far as you know.
long rest. Full
Completely,
night's sleep.
completely
Nothing happened.
Regular night sleep. Nothing occurs.
Not the Chippity Mafia going on here.
Everything's
I'm
fine.
Acorn safe.
Hmm?
I'm Acorn safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Untouched.
Since we
Did
have
you-
had
You two do notice some chippities are sitting on the windowsill of your windows. Of your room.
Are you chirping?
Nah, they're just chilling, looking in.
Okay.
You know, bird sort of vibe.
Oh, as I tell them, shut up! It's too early for that.
Since we have had a long rest, and since Rills is an ill-rigger now, I would like to make use of one of my abilities for the first time. Let me just find it here. Here we go. I would like to use my first level ill-rigger feature called Fork Tongue.
Ooh.
I can speak 2 other languages of my choice per day, although I cannot read or write them.
Oh, okay.
So I am going to choose Dwarvish and if the what? Actually,
Since
Bill
you're
speaks Elvish
Oh,
already,
never mind,
yeah.
never mind.
which means she could both read and write it. And for the sake of argument, Kobold.
That's
In
draconic.
case we Draconic then.
Yeah.
How about you should pick a Chippity?
I don't know.
So
That would definitely have to be a speak with animals.
the Chibbities understand common, but they can't speak. So they're that won't help too much.
Yeah, each time I finish a long rest, I can pick 2 languages that I can then understand, but not read or write.
Okay, cool.
Forked tongue, infernal knowledge.
So your plan is to hang out here until the airship is ready to go back out again.
Well, we want to not just hang out, but maybe if there's a library
Yeah.
or do some research into seeing, like, what's it, air elemental?
Okay. So you're going to use your downtime, so to speak,
Yeah,
but
okay.
you're not planning to hop onto a
So-
different ship to get back to
Right.
the Sky City in hopes that it will get rocked.
Let's montage this. Everybody do whatever checks you want for particular information or activities. Just let me know what you want to do, and we'll do a roll for it.
Well, I'll keep on the history checks because that's been helping. But like, I'm thinking back to like,
Okay, so like, who helped me and Lord Quinn last time we were here? Maybe I should talk to that guy. And maybe I don't remember that guy.
No.
I'm going to borrow an acorn
Okay.
from someone.
So willing to part with an acorn?
I mean,
Rills
it's a
will
13.
let you have an acorn.
He's still
Thank
fail.
Okay, just want to make it.
I want to find the armory.
Armor.
Yeah.
I want to see if
You
I
want
can
to
get
find a
something,
armorer.
something that I can wear as a monk, like bracers or
Okay.
ring.
So what do you say to the you do crack open the
Yeah.
acorn and hold it up?
We don't need to do all that. You do get a chippity. They take you to an armor shop. Just let us know what you're
What is it
interested
looking
in
for?
buying.
Well, as a monk, I really can't wear armor, so I was looking for bracers of defense or like a ring of protection.
There are very few actual magic items like that anywhere. That's not something you're gonna find here.
From the back.
What are?
From the back, Drogon. Are you gonna buy a stick?
Ah!
You can get a bunch right around there.
What would I need a stick for?
What else are they gonna make?
Oh my god.
Well, they could make a staff.
Out of a stick.
Yeah, so there's no like magical items that you're going to be able to get that way. This is something that if we continue to proceed, I would love to be able to like have you find various artifacts as you adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But like from a shop, that's just not going to be an option in this world. Unless you find another Wally's or something.
Okay. Even the royal armory?
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff is... It's just... yeah, this place is super low magic. Like these guys in particular do more magic than anybody's ever seen. Like, most of the time. You guys are starting to get... a clue that Otto is very well versed in various magical things, but he does not show it off.
He does not do magic generally.
Yeah.
Well, most likely never. You've never really seen him do much except in dire situations.
Yeah, and magic items are not. There's no common magic items. When you build something that's full on artificy super magic,
The
like,
world looks at it and goes, bullshit.
yeah. Yeah. You guys are special forces. You guys are special monsters.
I was gonna say, in a few levels, people are gonna start talking about us in whispered voices.
But there are other people like you out there, but they are not normal. You're not in a world of adventurers. You're in a normal place where the good guards are, the red tabards that you saw on the ship with their one-shot steam rifles.
Stormtroopers.
Well, maybe they're special forces, though. There's always been some sort of special forces or assassins.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely that kind of stuff. But again, they're not mainstream. You're not going to go and find somebody like that talking to them necessarily. Right away.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And you are those guys. Like, you are that kind of guy. So yeah, I totally want to be able to give you cool shit like that. But just not you're not going to be able to buy it.
You do see beautiful, ornate armor and things like that, but the armorer is like, gosh, no. Anything like that would be reserved for the king or his right-hand man, like his direct guard.
Yeah, health potions are rare.
The elf seems old and he like remembers back when like that wasn't quite so rare. It's like, oh, back in the day.
Well, that's interesting. I'll ask him if he's ever heard of the thing like elementals. Fighting elementals to devices.
Hold on, he's gonna roll a history check. Heard of them, but never come across any yet. Is there a library here?
Absolutely.
Are non-elves allowed in it? How shitty are these
Yeah,
elves?
yeah. You guys would be allowed in, especially if you showed off your little badges.
Mm.
What do you say, Drogon? You want to go to the library and get your nerd on?
Alright.
All right, I'll go with you. I ain't doing anything else.
Give me some investigations. You're looking for specifically stuff on
Air elementals.
air elementals, correct?
How good's your investigation?
+3.
I want to help him.
Really?
You have rills. Why do you
Oh,
have
I do
rills?
have.
Help
I
him.
do
You
have.
mean Raven?
Raven. Did I?
Rills. This is Rills.
Yeah, I'm.
That's
Raven.
that's an even better idea. Hey, Raven, help out Drogon, and then I'll do my own investigation. It's just. Oh wait, my investigation's +3 too.
You're supposed to. You should be good at investigating.
And I am. I forgot.
Your stats did just change.
I will still have Raven help him though.
18.
18. Okay.
Oof. 4. No wait. 5. I had it. There's my first really shit-tacular roll of the night.
Get that away.
Better on something like this.
How much did you roll?
18.
18. Okay. You both kind of meandered through the library. I think maybe Rill's in looking for the history nonfiction sort of section accidentally stumbled across the romance books or something.
And she got really into it.
She was like, oh,
She found some
what?
bodice rippers, and she's just, yeah.
Sparkly vampires.
Yeah. She just gets a little distracted.
You find a book. Can you speak Elvish?
Probably not.
Good thing Rose is there.
Well, once you find it, Rill's kind of.
But Raven was helping, right?
Raven doesn't speak Elvish, I don't think. They speak common in whatever imps speak,
Yeah,
I believe.
Okay.
yeah.
I imagine
Raven
it's one of
doesn't
those things
automatically get the same languages that
Looks at the cover.
Rills has.
I'm gonna feel it.
Mm.
This might be something.
Yeah, but you are looking up.
I'm not sure.
There are some helper things for in common. Like index cards that are based on.
There are little labels kind of gently attached to each book that
So while
do
you
say what
can't
it is in
read
common.
this book, you did find a book that the title translates to Of the Plains.
Oh, man. The elementals, sir. They are creatures. How do we find riddles?
And then
Rills is off in the corner, ooh, this is getting steamy. Yeah, yes.
Drogon wants to see what they think they found something.
Okay, I guess. Reshelves the romance novel.
You can take it.
so-
Check it out.
I figured there's 10 loops too many to every one of these letters. Probably better for you.
Oh, here, let me read that for you.
So as you're kind of looking through this book, this is as you guys are seasoned D&D players, you know quite a bit about the planes and elementals and things like that. That's the kind of information that is in this book that now
Okay.
your character knows.
Mm-hmm.
So you find a bunch of stuff about that. There is even some not talked about in depth on how to do, but that back in the day there was ways to summon them and control elementals.
Bind them to things.
Yeah, strange magic that would basically talking about but not having the spells for summoning elementals,
Okay.
which is
Yep.
standard. Like if you leveled up enough, you would be able to do kind of those kinds of things. Potentially, I don't know if your characters will, but somebody could.
Learn how. Yeah.
But basically hinting at that kind of stuff.
So it sounds like wherever this fella is, command on these kobolds might have some old tech, some old magic.
Could be, yeah. Do you think they're really old, or they just got some old stuff?
I'm gonna guess it's probably old stuff.
I hope they're like a couple thousand years old. I just think that'd be funny. They'd be all wrinkly and all just old and junk.
So you do remember that the kobolds you talked to had, because this has just happened, let's make sure the players remember this, that they said that
Dude was the coolest.
Von Zief, their captain, recharges the guns and the drinks.
But they didn't say how.
That's right. They didn't know.
I don't really get
They
it.
probably don't understand how.
Anything else you guys want to do? Any other tasks in town?
Also looking through the library.
Yeah.
Doing the opposite. Unbinding magic.
Oh.
Okay.
Books on how to do magic.
How to unmagic.
Yeah, that's in and of itself kind of also magic. You know? And I think you don't really come across, like even with a nat 20, I don't think you would actually find an answer for that here.
You could see things about it, but so what I had described earlier in the talking of the magic system for this world is that there's a how did I describe? There's like an inner knack to it. You can write down what it is, but it doesn't mean anything to anybody else. So you can't really.
The universal language of magic has gone.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
So even if somebody did say most of what you need to know, technically,
It's not going to
your
help
ability
you.
to do that will not actually produce the results. It's kind of like, imagine a recipe for banana bread where it's got all the ingredients and none of the measurements.
Magic has an ineffable quality to it that cannot be taught. Theoretically, anyone can learn magic, but no one can properly explain how to do it. It's very hard to figure out how on your own or with help. So, yeah, there's no schools teaching magic because nobody knows how to teach magic. It just doesn't, you can't talk about it. There's no words for it.
Making any given very rare magic user all the more impressive because they're figuring it out one way or the other.
Especially a wizard who is
Right,
working
which is the
it out.
arcane magic, doing it the hard
Or
way.
artificer, also.
Also the hard way.
Working it out.
You can make it like magic.
Yeah.
There's no, I mean, the elves are too civilized to have a dock fighting league, but perhaps they would have a martial arts
A dojo? Absolutely.
I could go check in there and not necessarily to fight, but maybe to see, a visiting monk,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just hone your craft a little, totally.
Yeah.
Are you going in?
Acorn?
Yeah, yeah.
Acorn
I'm
and
going to buy a bag of acorns. I've given up at this point.
You used the acorn that you borrowed from Rills to navigate yourself to the acorn sellers so you could then buy back the acorns.
Pretty
You
much.
do notice that as soon as you have a bag of acorns, the chippities seem to be a lot more frequently around you, just in general.
Yeah, they're looking
Like
for...
it's like they're keeping an eye on people who got acorns.
It's almost like they need these to live.
It's almost like acorns are one of a chipmunk's favorite foods, and some horrible mad wizard decided to give them beaks that don't get into acorns very well instead of their wonderful little teeth.
Do they have hands?
They have little hands. Have you ever tried to take the top of an acorn? It can be hard. You have to actually either
They don't have the grip strength for it.
they don't have what it takes.
It's unfortunate.
The little baby chibbity paws.
They would have had the jaw strength
Yeah,
if not for the beak.
they'd have been able to gnaw them open. But
It's
no,
very sad.
so sad. That's our story, and that's what we're sticking with. Tragic.
The
So-
tragedy of the chippities.
You head to a
Like that.
a dojo.
Yeah.
You're kind of like looking in, and there is actually a little training kind of thing going on currently, and you see there is a wooden sword fight happening between a basket head, we'll continue to call them, who has happened to find this dojo as well, and an elf with a wooden sword, and they are going at it.
It is intense. It seems to be almost like a demonstration. The rest of the class was maybe perhaps supposed to be training alongside them, but you do notice that everybody is just watching this fight.
Yeah. And they're just back and forth.
Clink, 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 clink.
There's little hops and leaps and stuff. Yeah, they're very formidable.
It's so watching, since they're using sword. I mean, I can use short sword and stuff, but just trying to gauge it. Is it monk-like, or is it more like what I would expect a man-at-arms or a warrior type?
It's unlike anything you've ever really come across before, but it feels like an interesting, almost combination of the two.
It's a sword martial art for sure.
It's
especially the way both well, I think the elves have a bit more warrior kind of attitude towards it, and this guy is using this elf is using strength and dexterity to kind of like really pull this through. But you see, Baskthead is merely using dexterity, just kind of like
very smooth, very fluid and liquid.
Just walking through everything, sliding stuff around, very much like you might use somebody like a judo kind of style.
Using their forces against them. Anywhere where they apply force, that force is somehow something they will pay for, in a sense. It's redirected. It's either wasted energy or energy that comes back to them, in a sense. Usually through a stick.
Try to hit him? No can do.
You know, I saw the smile cross his face like a minute ago. I thought he was just enjoying the description of the martial arts.
Because he likes martial arts. Of course he does.
Martial arts boy.
No, that's not what's happening.
Nope.
No, that was something else.
The unfortunate reality is,
there's another
in
one.
karate, we're also thinking about puns all the time.
Make a perception check during this fight. Is there anything about the Baskthead that you're curious about, other than their arts?
What's under the basket?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, make a perception check. What's in the basket?
17.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nice. You definitely see their hands holding the sword, and they are not skin. Their hands are entirely covered in
white fur.
White fur.
And you can see
short,
sometimes the basket moves a little bit. You can see it around the collar as well.
You don't see any claws, just white fur.
Have I seen anything like that? Like, I'm thinking Tabaxi, but
Roll a history check.
as a player, I'm thinking Tabaxi.
As a player, that's a very solid guess.
16.
16 history. You've seen drawings and a couple of kind of
something
like stories about, because there's
over
other
off in the islands.
there's other
area.
kingdoms and areas. And
You
stuff.
have heard just maybe like once or twice, not more detail about them, but you have heard of the Jaguar.
And in fact, the fact that this person seems very good at martial arts tracks. I'm trying to remember what.
I think that's
That's
16.
probably that's true. Where did we put
Anything else? Do you want to get into a fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that Baskthead's here, I'm going to assume I would like to. Well, it would be inappropriate to challenge Baskthead
in somebody
in
else's
dojo. Unless I want to be inappropriate and like be a rude foreigner. Who wins?
You have no honor.
You want to be one of them? I'll be the other.
Yeah.
Let's have it be fun.
Wait, who are you? You're Baskthead.
I'm the Baskthead.
I'm the elf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Baskthead.
Baskthead wins.
Winner, Baskthead.
The The other martial artist did nothing wrong. There was no major obvious error to you. But all of a sudden, Basket Head was there, blade directly, wooden blade directly against a vital spot on their body. And
They both bow to each
the
other.
sensei,
You know?
so to speak,
Yeah.
claps
Mhm.
at that point. There's like,
Yeah, they're doing very elvish stuff, and Basket Head does the
does a little
the
bow.
bows you've seen them doing before.
Yeah, they like them doing.
Let's say you go up and challenge.
Who do you want to challenge?
Somebody in here,
Or do you want to introduce yourself? How do you want to handle this fight? Yeah, what do you want to do?
Does anybody else want to do anything? Because I feel like I'm dominating here.
No, I mean, I'd be hanging out with you, so, you know.
Oh, you're gonna come watch the fights?
Yeah, well,
the
you
dojo?
know, my history attempt failed miserably, and they went off the bear, so I'd probably hang out with Yolan.
Okay.
Plus, if he's in the dojo, like, I've got my sword. Like,
Yeah, maybe I can learn something.
Yeah, if you hang out with him, you don't have to buy a bag of acorns for yourself.
Totally.
I mean, you're strangers showing up at the thing. The elves are uppity, and they're like, here, let me show you how to deal with the dwarfs. And they come up and they challenge you.
Oh.
This one haughty, he's not even like in charge of it, like he's not a sensei or anything like that. He's just like some uppity kid who is just like, I got, let me,
100% am watching a
let me
kung
take
fu
out this
movie
one,
in
yeah.
my head now.
Exactly.
Ah, they've challenged the honor of our dojo.
Yeah,
Master, I will defend our honor.
Are you here to fight?
He's looking at you, but his nose is like turned up.
Yeah.
And by young, you mean they're like probably 40?
Yeah, I mean they're youthful. They're in their youth.
Yeah.
But they're
A
unwise.
young, unwise elf.
Oh, lad, I was just mesmerized by the magic of footwork and the grace of two skilled opponents. I wasn't looking for a fight, but perhaps you could teach me something on the nuts. I'd be happy to learn. Take my top hat off.
But since I'm here,
Roll up the sleeves.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
like the Jenkins taking her top end up. Give me Elsa.
Let's do
Same as
just a
the box numbers?
yeah.
3, best of 3, kind of.
let's just do
Or-
one roll.
Start wrapping my hands.
Let's do like you can use a skill. Let's do a skill check to determine the outcome. of
What
this
skill would
fight.
you like to use?
Skill check.
Probably dex still, right?
Yeah, probably acrobatics.
That's
Acrobatics. I guess.
Okay.
All right,
Versus-
and attack.
One roll.
Ooh, 14.
Yeah, you got it.
Two.
Yeah,
wow.
you
It
knock
wasn't-
him,
we
knock
gave
him
him-
down on the mat. Yeah, how do you want to win the fight?
As he comes at me, I kind of push him aside. And as he goes by, I follow through. I land on his back. I put him in a rear naked choke and pull him down on the ground.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you easily win the fight. The sensei comes over and
I bow to the
yeah. No, he does too. And they take this kid away and they're like, look, you need to work on this. It's just like he's talking about. He's like, don't do that again. Basically, just giving him a.
Oh, not just like that, but also like pointing out like, hey, it's very arrogant of you to have like, because elves are very arrogant people, but you don't want to be arrogant to a fault, right?
Yeah,
There's a level of arrogance that you have to dial back when you're a martial artist.
You need to get good before you pretend to be good, son.
Yeah, that's what it is.
that's the
That's
talk of
exactly.
He was so busy looking up, but he should have been looking down.
Basket Head comes over and bows to you, and then says,
Izzo, nice to see you again.
"What it
He says it's no. He said his name.
Izzo?
It's no concern
no-
of yours, so he's
yeah,
calling
no.
him. It's no.
It's no.
Izzo. I call him
Izzo.
Izzo.
Okay. The basket tilts to the side a little bit at that.
Yeah." He's like, "You did well in your match."
As did you, lad. I can't. Since I'm lower, can I look up in the basket?
No, it's specifically like it's
It-
meant to cover the head, like properly. Yeah.
The mouth of it kind of tucks in. So.
Yeah.
I got to ask, where'd you? I mean, those moves were beauty and poetry in motion. Right, I mean, you would know. You're the bard.
I mean, truth be told, I am the student of the sword, and you made that look like a dance. Good job.
Little bow.
There's I've been trained since I was very young.
Care to tell us where you're from?
Let the man have it. Man? I mean, is he
Yeah,
masculine?
The voice, it's hard to tell from the voice because it's got this rumble to it.
Yeah.
You can't actually tell what gender they are. And in fact, it almost sounds like they're trying to disguise their voice, perhaps.
And the kimono is kind of a dull color, but also very like hiding their body shape.
Everything about them seems to be not in shadow, but in mystery.
Yeah.
Let our friend here have their secrets.
Well, no, truth be told, like, what school of swordsmanship are you practicing?
It was passed down from my family.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Oh, that was a
Classic Mark
Bartholomew reaction. I love that.
I am a bit curious, though, how you would get on without the sword.
Would you like to?
Grab.
I could go for a roll.
They find a spare mat, and they'll
They slide over to. They glide. That's the right word for walking very smooth. They glide over to the sensei and ask permission.
I do.
And
I'm not a rube.
you go with them?
very
Yeah,
good.
yeah. They'll just like me.
Hit him in the bread basket.
Oh wow.
Yeah, let's do a
grapple.
roll-off.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do the same thing we did before. Skill check.
Acrobatics.
Sure. Thank you for not rolling like shit.
My first loss.
Yeah.
Not a great roll on our side.
9.
Oh yeah, they.
You stand there, you face off, and you put an arm. You reach your arm out to grab their arm to do like a good grappling maneuver. You want to twist them over. All of a sudden, your face is on the mat, and you can't even quite tell where your limbs are because they're like in the wrong spots. That's all you can tell. Your arms are just in the wrong spots, and your legs seem to also be like pinned to the ground somehow.
Yeah.
And then
Mark, you're
suddenly
watching
they're
this,
not.
and it was just like, it was almost like they had just went. And popped him, like, lying him on the ground, like it was like he weighed nothing.
It was like a wave. Their body was like not actually liquid,
There was
but
no
you know that
strength
like
involved in the process.
You ever see Samurai Jack? You know how sometimes Samurai Jack moves and it's just like
I go to a camp once a year, and we had a judo guy once, and I volunteered to be his demonstration.
Oh boy!
I probably have experience.
It's also gentle.
Yeah.
In a way.
Not hurt at all.
You're not. Yeah, you haven't been. Somehow you haven't been forced. You haven't been like. You don't feel like there was.
I was guided to the ground.
Yeah.
They just helped you get to where you were always going to be.
I get up. Oh, God.
They bow.
Next time you're not folding the clothes, let me take them off first.
They bow and they kind of move to a corner of the room to observe the rest of the class. They choose not to disrupt that space anymore. To honor the martial artists that are there.
Yeah, I think I need a beer now. It's some Matthew Flames. Oh.
All right. Anything else? I'm thinking this happens over like a couple of days. These kinds of things. You're looking for a shop. You're going through the library, maybe multiple times before you even find a book.
Does anyone anyone at any point try to go anywhere without using an acorn? Just out of curiosity.
That is a good question.
Yeah,
And
Bartholomew
is
does
it
not have
Bartholomew?
one.
Bartholomew doesn't have a bag of acorns. It's his turn.
I mean, I rolled pretty confidently there, so I don't think you would be dumb.
What'd you roll?
I would go with.
14.
If you want an adventure and try your luck, I'll go with you. You can always use me bag
Oh, interesting.
if you get too turned
Okay.
You want to try going from the
This
dojo
is
just
the
back to
story
the
of
hotel?
how Bartholomew spent an afternoon completely and
Go
totally
back.
lost.
Just wandering the streets.
Ah,
Somewhere in Aarakocra, you should have taken a lap.
Did you ever just go back?
Taking the same branch.
Part of the reason that this is so difficult is like okay, so like dwarven city stuff is very, very like everything is at right angles.
Everything's
You-
straight.
You
and
put things in the way,
deliberate.
yeah, so that everybody knows where everything is. I mean, and same with Red Cove. When we went there, it's more or less a little bit more curvy, but not as
But it's made proper.
without as out of
Trees, they kind of grow where they want to grow a little bit.
yeah.
So
So
it's a little bit.
there's no
Wonky.
consistent roadways or anything, and the elves have let it go where it wants to go, and then shaped it after it was there.
Or influenced it very minimally. The doors, all made of wood, pretty much. There's maybe some glass in some of them. There maybe isn't in many, actually. They're very private. They don't often. They have windows to let light in on higher floors more often than on lower floors. In fact, so you are.
So it
Where are you
looks
trying to
like
go?
a forest straight up as
Pretty-
you're there, and so it's
pretty
just kind of like the ease of getting lost is like a lot higher than it looks like it's gonna be until you start walking around.
Can't tell the forest because of the trees.
Yeah,
You know what? I think Drogon's gonna try and get lost on purpose for a little bit.
No.
Just to like see this place.
yeah.
Alright.
All right.
You're just gonna
Like-
wander.
Take in the architecture, see what they've done with the stone.
Yeah.
You know what? Suddenly,
Is it
compelled
gonna
by
happen?
curiosity to follow where most of the chippities are going. Like, where they hang out. You want to go see?
Sure, I'm game.
Cool. And yeah, I'm just like, because like you kind of like observe maybe the general traffic of chippities.
Yeah, give
and
me
like
Perception or investigation.
yeah, maybe there's like a mass route of like them clocking out to go home to
Pop
the
an
like,
acorn.
master tree.
Where's your house?
Take me to your house.
Take me to your leader, bro.
Oh shit. Okay.
This little punch
Really
box
big
is-
chippity.
Morning, Sam.
Morning, Earl.
oh my god.
17 plus. What am I rolling for?
Perception or investigation.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with a 19 there.
Great.
Nice.
So you're kind of like watching these chippities kind of go around, and you sort of see them. They do collect these acorns, and they usually grab an acorn and they fly over to the tree port, and they go to that guy's stall and put it in a basket there.
They'll wait a tiny bit after they drop it off, and then they'll.
Yep. Other ones are kind of like going around. They do like little like patterns in the around the city, looking for people who need assistance. But there is a lot of like, and you see that. Let's say with all of this, you're also noticing that the guy who is the brothers, the twins that are running the stall, they don't treat the chickadees well. They never open up the things for them.
Oh wait, so unless even with the popped ones, like they're still bringing it back to the.
Yeah,
No,
they
they
put
don't
it
get
together.
popped. The popped ones, when you feed them,
Oh,
they eat
okay.
it
Right there.
right then and there. They're
Oh,
like
yeah,
snacking on it. They snack on it, and then they take you wherever. You know,
Okay.
like they have wings, like a dragon. They have wings and they have hands. So it's kind of like they have the little popcorn bag, and they're just going like this while they take you wherever it is you're asking to go, pretty much. You know. But yeah, they're very much, those two gnomes are very much treating the chippities just like wild animals, more so than anything else. They're like just very straightforward.
Dang, is it a racket?
It's
So
10 o'clock.
oh yeah, okay.
You know, something about this whole enterprise with the chippities makes me uncomfortable.
What do you mean? Like they cornered the market?
God.
Later that night, Gilman comes back alone.
They got lost.
He's swimming with the chickadees.
I'm just in a tree being eaten alive, like, oh!
They put acorns all over you. I'm going to go where there's a group of chippities. I'm going to take an acorn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to very deliberately put it on the edge of a rock and push on it until the top comes off.
You are trying to teach the chippities tool usage.
Chippity revolution.
Exactly.
This city's gonna die.
Well, then maybe they'll put signage up.
Rock and stone, you bastards.
Give me an animal handling check.
Actually, I have a +4 on that.
Oh.
I was a 19 for a second.
Wait, can I help him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, try again. Like, you gotta figure this out.
You also grab an acorn?
13 is the higher roll.
Shit.
You want me to do that?
Oh,
we're done.
Yeah, go for it.
Use the table boy. Roll the table.
It's not meant to be.
Shit.
You see them like.
What's the highest you got?
You do 13.
13?
Yeah.
Can I throw my points?
No. That's
I forgot I had those things.
Absolutely
Don't.
can. Would you like to use your points on this roll?
We do. There's no guarantee that you even can teach them how to do this. I'm just saying.
I will
Like,
totally make this happen. Are you kidding? Screw this. You want to spend those points?
I have 9 of them. And
I'll throw
will
two. I'll throw
spend-
my 2 in.
Okay.
13
Okay, so I'll
plus.
spend
Wait.
15.
13 plus 7 makes it a nat 20.
We'll give
Or
him a
makes it a
dirty
20,
20, yeah.
not
Yeah.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
It's only
Done.
nat 20s in combat. Oh
Done.
my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys never know what the players are after.
You guys spend a couple hours being like,
Chippity
screw
revolution.
these guys.
We're at the library. We have no idea this is going on.
And by the end of the day, people are lost.
Word has spread. These chippities are actually incredibly smart.
Because they have memorized every location
Yeah,
in
they
the
know.
whole goddamn forest.
And the
You're
people's
about
names
to
and
create
everything.
untold chaos in this city.
You doomed the entire city.
Excellent.
I mean, the elves know how to get around. You've only doomed the foreigners. Such as yourselves.
Which
Yeah.
is okay.
On your way back to the hotel after doing this, roll a survival check.
Oh no.
I feel like that's the best way to navigate, right? When you're lost in the woods, you roll
Oh,
a
shit,
survival
okay.
check.
Well, they're not. All the chippies aren't going to figure this out.
The ones near you certainly know.
They are passing it on at an upsettingly
alarming rate.
exponential rate as ones teach to other ones.
Help a brother out here. Come on. 16 for survival.
Okay.
Bartholomew, did you
Help me
also
out.
roll?
You're on Grove Street now.
Ah,
No,
woo.
I
What
got
did you-
19.
19.
Okay.
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 So, as on your way back to the hotel, Yolaman goes to open the door to the hotel, and Bartholomew stops him. It's like, bruh, that's not it.
I
And
think that's the old folks.
he gestures to a door just a
one
few
over.
trees over. Yeah.
So you do
and
eventually
you
make it
don't-
home.
Yeah, you
It
don't
takes
open
you
something
longer than you would have wanted to.
You made it.
But yeah.
You made it.
Uh-oh. Drogon went out with the purpose of getting lost.
Oh no. Well, we
You
really
weren't paying
helped you, dude.
attention. Ha ha.
Give me an animal handling check. I think that was what
That'll be good.
Can you find
Can
a
you get a
chippity that
chippity?
is...
Because he's not in the
This
same
is a flat
location where
roll.
they've just super taught all of them how to do it themselves. What'd you get?
No!
Here?
Okay. That is where we'll end it tonight.
Yolaman.
Drogon is lost.
Bartholomew had gotten Yolaman
Where were you?
lost in the woods.
No, Drogon
Not
lost.
getting lost
no.
on purpose.
Yolaman and Bartholomew got Drogon lost in the woods. Words, names. Yeah. Oh my god.
So, thank you everyone for watching this nonsense.
Will they ever see Drogon again? Tune in next time to find out. Oh my god.
Not the danger you might have anticipated.
The next episode of Kingdom of Steam, Chippidees and Dales.
Oh my god. Okay.
Amazing.
Tomorrow, there's
yeah,
a very
Oddlot.
special, potentially like the last episode of the official Odd
Yeah,
Lot.
the main storyline of the
story.
Odd Lot is coming to a close.
Wow. Just even
20
saying that
levels.
feels
Yeah.
7+
Yeah.
years. I don't know when the original. I don't know exactly when you.
6 years.
yeah, so come
And-
check that out.
Yeah, and then possibly the week after that, we might just hang out and paint minis or something. Because
And,
I don't know if you can see
Wednesdays-
them, but there's minis.
Wednesdays be hunters.
Hunters, yeah. Fantastic. That's it. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching, Internet.